Welcome everybody to the RSCB stream. We have a Masters Playoffs Championship Sunday, as we all know and love. I'm joined with Beep and Chief. How are you today?
Well, pretty good. Minus the, whole long wait between series, between the very start of the day and the very end of the day. So it is what it is. It's going to be a very, very fun day. The climax of RSC 17. We've got the 8 best teams in Master, of course, with these play-ins all being over, Elite ending yesterday. It's only the cream of the crop left to go, and we've got a lovely game to start, haven't we, Tezo?
We do indeed. We have Team Berserkers versus MPB, and we'll have to see. So far within playoffs, we have had 5 out of 5 bracket resets. So we'll see whether or not Master will ruin that and make it 5 out of 6, or if we can finally get a 6 out of 6 playoff weekend. And yeah, I'm wondering, how do you think this game's gonna go anyway?
Well, I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people in these predictions putting MPB up there. Like, I've had a look at all the Master talent. I believe I'm the only person to have MPB below the top 4. But that's also just because I think so many other teams are just that much capable of peaking, which is why, to kick things off, of course, looking at these players beating Galaxy on their way through, and Berserkers being that number 1 seed there to face him on the next hurdle. But I believe it will be Berserkers that are just going to be carrying this one over. Of course, as you saw on screen a few moments ago, I backed Berserkers to win 4-2. And looking at this playoff bracket today as well, on the A stream, we're going to have Yuki versus Prime, which I don't know about you, Tazlik, but I believe those are personally the 2 best teams in Master, judging just by form and other things. But either way, if you miss both of these streams and you want to see any of that lower bracket action, you've got Virtus v Galaxy and Tempest versus Kazoku, both taking place in the RSC Discord if you want to watch any of those. But of course, we're going to be focusing on that top game, on Berserkers versus Bean. So now I'll share my thoughts. What are you thinking, Tezit?
I don't know. It seems like it's gonna be a very, very good day anyway of RSC action. Masters, obviously the elite tier, and we're hoping to see whether or not that will actually come out in display today. I know myself, I've been, I think, coming third, and I have Team Berserkers there coming, I think, second if I remember correctly. But yeah, I think these two sides are gonna be going at it completely. They both know how much the upper bracket means. You get that extra life in terms of, even for the grand finals, you don't have to deal with the bracket reset pressure. So we have everyone in the lobbies. So let's hopefully get things underway very quickly, and game 1 underway.
Let's get this party started, Tezit. I mean, look, on these teams, you've got these capable players. You've got Mimical, you've got Jarku. And speaking of Mimical, it's his teammate Ibi who will open up that scoring. Beautiful pass there from Zeiss as well. Beautiful shot there from Ibi. And it's, I believe, TBK for the 1-0 lead. However, we do have a little bit in chat, which may be a pause or a restart. So we'll have to see what happens with that.
Yeah, Jarku did ask for that pause a few seconds before, so I'm not sure. I believe one of the players may have been... Oh, he was actually dying in real life, I think it was. So, both sides, bit of sportsmanship coming out from Berserkers. They don't mind resetting back to 5 minutes from the very start.
Well, not the ideal circumstance if you're either of these teams. Quite the eventful start, I suppose. So, by the looks of it, backwards we go to 5 minutes to 0-0 from what both teams seem to be agreeing on now. And hopefully we will have a choke-free game this time. Verify hopefully being there for the kickoff this time. And let's just get things started. Hopefully we have got Tezik back as well. But the way it looks, we've got a couple of mic shovels, so it will just be me for the time being. There's not really much to say in terms of around the ground so far. None of these games have completely finished just yet. It's, of course, a little bit of a late start. But, back towards Manfield Night, as we've got a little bit of more delay now.
Oh, no.
But, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, okay. Cool. So we're just gonna restart that lobby and hopefully get things underway properly now in a minute. But As we're waiting for that, I can tell you across the board in the A stream, Chrome Yuki currently 1-0 up against Nexus Prime in game 2, and Nexus have just scored to tie up that game, so looks like it's an interesting one over there as well. Hopefully we get just as interesting over here.
Well, we're definitely at an eventful start, to say the least. So hopefully Verify, at the very least, is all good and can be here for kickoff. But we've got all the teams in now, and everybody is just hopping straight back in. We're going to get right back to where we left off. No messing about on the kickoff this time. We'll see what happens. We'll see who's going to get this first goal, who's going to get this all underway, as my ping's just taking a massive spike there. But, of course, a player to highlight in a game like this as well is Alanis, the queen of the Master Tier, as some may put it. However, eyes on Mimical.
Yeah, immediately off that kickoff, we did everything. We restarted the entire thing for it to be scored even faster than what it was originally. But hey, it's fine. It doesn't matter too much. We're finally underway in our day for Masters playoffs. And as we see MPB hoping to put on some pressure after that goal that happened at the kickoff. Alanis not able to get past one. Jarku's there, finds the bump. It's still in the midfield, but the follow-up just a bit too late. And Team Berserkers can get that ball away for now.
Well, I'm glad that Team Berserkers really took the initiative to do exactly what happened before, just in a bit of a quicker fashion, as Mimical could absolutely double this lead, and does as well. So dream start from Berserkers here. MPB just finding themselves on the back foot in this opening 30 seconds. Unfortunate touch from Verify there, but Mimical will gladly take advantage, and it's now 2 goals to the good for this first seed in Master Glacies.
Yeah, and they're looking good so far, but that does not mean count out MPV. The pass into the midfield, Alanis not able to get past Mimical this time as he gets around Verify up in the sky, but Jarku, great 50, means Ibby having to get there quickly. Able to find one touch under Alanis with control, not able to get past one. Verify over to the midfield, Mimical able to cut it out quickly. Tries to grab the reset, none comes out though, so Jarku off the corner will go high. It gets beat out by AB, trying to follow that one as well, plays it into the corner. MPP snap under a lot of pressure currently, and you can see that Berserkers don't want to let them out of their half.
Yeah, not at all by the looks of it. Berserkers are just trying to really pen them in at the moment. As far as I know, one team is playing with a sub, but hang on, we do have a goal there from Jarku, and it's these star players, Mimical and Jarku, just going at each other's throats, going blow for blow, I suppose we could say. As that lead's reduced to 1, the goalie is nowhere to be seen, and MPB have a goal back.
Yep, and that is what they needed. They did very well, actually. The bumps came out a lot. That one having the chance to make things awkward for Ibby, but they do get it away for now. The reset not possible. Jarku plays it back. I think it was. I'm not sure. I didn't actually see properly. I know Ibby went, and I think Mimical did. I don't know if their third went or not, but hey, it worked out eventually in the end for them. So they get to start the counter-attack once again. Verify taking control from his corner. The challenge up in the sky works out well for Berserkers, but Jarku able to stay on it. Tries to find the bump. Alanis, no touch coming through, and Mimical can send that down the other way. And they regain their 2-goal advantage.
This is why he's a star player of Berserkers, just turning the entire play on its head, catching out every single player on the side of Bean, and Mimical just putting in his hat-trick almost 2 minutes into the game now. We're not even at the halfway point yet, but he's definitely showing why he's the highlight of this team, because, as well, Berserkers, as mentioned from before, they are in fact the team playing with a sub. As far as I know anyway, PLS 05 is being replaced by Zeiss for this series, so, of course, for some teams, it is going to come to the sub stepping up, but for some teams, you've just got players like Mimical who can get bumped out the way and cause Verify to score. So, lovely play there from Bean.
Yep, and Verify just able to get that banged away. The bump from Milan is incredible as Mimical gets pushed out of the play, and we are back to a 1-goal difference in game. And we'll have to see, can TBK hold on, or will MPV be able to do something? Alanis taking to the sky, trying to get past Ibby, but wasn't able to this time. Mimical finds it in the midfield. Zypha's trying to do something here. Alanis is a great save into the corner. Jargu with the demo as well means that they get a bit of extra pressure, but Mimical will cut it out quickly, making Berserkers stay on that counter.
Yeah, and I mean, everyone in B now just finding their role a little bit. We've seen the likes of Verify and Alanis link up already. We've seen what Jarku can do. So everyone is just sort of getting settled into the series now as Alanis will go on the ball towards Jarku. He's trying to out up a bump as well, is he? But, you know, going towards Verify now. That final player on the side of B, almost getting that double tap he's looking for, but it won't happen. Jarku now blocking that one. Going midfield. Zeiss just trying to chase it as Mimical does get completely annihilated from the play now. Verify trying to take this one mid. Forces Mimical into a save, but that will not happen, and it's Verify to equalise the Bean.
That is disgusting. The pass from Alanis is perfect. Finds Verify. And I don't know how he's managed to do that. But you know what? Very well played. Able to turn his car around and get the flick to redirect it into that left side of the net, giving Berserkers no chance at the goal. And we'll have to see if they can keep that together. Try find their own lead this time for the first time in the series. Mimical sending that one high. Verify trying to keep the pressure alive, and we'll have to see. Zyphus not able to get past the defense this time. Jarku with a great 50 stays up high. Mimical finding one extra touch. Could have messed up his teammate actually, but Ibby able to get onto it quickly. Alanis is already there waiting. She puts the shot on, but Mimical able to get that into the corner for now.
As well, any DSQ fanatics in the chat as well, following the RCS journey, may know Verify already. I believe it's the same Verify anyway. You know, being centerpiece of what it seems like any team he's on, has changed a little bit, of course, with the addition of Jarku to this MPB Bean side, who does seem to be the star player by quite a margin. Jarku, of course, being one of those many Finns to, you know, go on his own little runs elsewhere. But, I mean, yeah, that's just how things are. Just seeing everyone's little runs everywhere. We know the backstory of Alanis as well, playing for England women, I believe, a lot of the time, and being on that, I believe it was BS Plus at one stage, but of course now Jarku taking this one mid, going towards Alanis, looking for the shot, but Zeiss will block that. Now Jarku trying to beat Mimical, but Mimical's not even going to challenge that. Ibby just going to clear it and go into this final 20 seconds. We're looking very, very even. No team really trying to manage to get their lead, unless Mimical has something to say about Lice. Some patience from Jarku though on the goal line. Going to the final 10 now. Half boost to work with from Jarku. Ibby just looking to challenge that one quickly. Jarku beats Ibby, but Mimical's going to be there. Verify. Maybe one more chance before we get into overtime. But Berserkers will be more than happy to let that one drop.
Yeah, first game, first OT. It's exactly what we want to see from these two sides. That one nearly being the exact same as the start of this game, as Mimical cutting out that pass from Alanis. Jarku having to be up quickly, does well to get that cleared away. The demo on the back line as well is going to help out. Verify not able to get the shot, so Alanis has to run back. She's able to pick up that corner pad, so it gives Jarku a bit more time. Verify finding one, able to get past another, trying to get the 50, does well against Ibby, so Alanis will try to stay on to that one, but not able to beat Zyphus this time. Ibby having controlled, cuts out, tries to fade Jarku out, but it doesn't work out well. Verify on the ball, finds a reset. Mimical to the middle. Can anyone be there? No, not this time. It does get cleared away, and Team Berserkers having to figure out their way forward once again.
I think it may rely on another one of these Mimical Miracle plays. I love the way I play that. But no. He's already got a hat-trick, very early finds his fourth as well, but it just seems like with the other two, with Ibby, with Zyphers, there's not all too much that they have offered besides that one nearly chance from Zyphers. I can't quite remember when that was, but I feel like if anybody from the side of Berserkers is going to score again, it's going to be Mimical. But then looking into contrast, I would back anybody on Bean to find a winner if it's them to win game number one. I don't know, I'd like Ibby and Zyphers to get themselves into the offense a little bit more now, because it just feels like it's been very Mimical centered.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of with you on that. Yeah, Mimical has just looked like the main star player currently for Berserkers, and MPB just, they look a lot more spread out and a lot more like able to make sure they know what each player is doing. They have more trust in each other. As Ibby trying to take it high, Zyphus getting past Jarku, not able to find the touch on Verify, but will have to race back on defense as MPB aren't going to give you a second to breathe in terms of that. Jarku trying to get up, finds the bump on Zyphus, but this net could be open if Ibby can do something here. Not able to, the control wasn't there. Verify gets the 50 needed. So Zyphus gonna try start it up once again, try to find the pass, but ended up whiffing the ball. So Jarku gets a free touch, but we'll leave it then for Alanis to find the 50. Does well again against Zyphus. Verifies up immediately for that. Didn't have the boost to stay up though, so Jarku just has to settle for a touch into the side wall. Gets the demo on Mimical, so this could be bad for Berserkers. But he does spawn on the right side, which helps out so much. The shot is on Verify. What a save after dodging those bumps. And Team Berserkers bring it all the way back.
Yeah, good recovery there from Verify. It could have been very dangerous there, but speaking of danger, there's the danger on the side of Berserkers. They lose that 3-1 lead in the end, and it's Jarku who is the one to get that winner. Another beautiful demo from Alanis. We've seen that twice from her this game, just to lead to these goals. And it does come down to these team plays in a lot of these games. Because, of course, you've got your solo players like your Mimicals, but when you've got somebody who can just threaten that defense off the ball, like your Alanis, it just makes it so much easier for everybody else.
Yeah, you can see there as well. They had 8 demos to Berserkers and 0, by the way. So that is outrageous to say the least. You can also see they were somewhat similar in terms of shots. It was about 3 shot difference, something like that. So the pressure wasn't even too much on one side. It was just kind of whether or not the quality of the shot was better. And you can see MPB clearly having the better quality in shots, able to make it count when it mattered, and those demos and physicality was helping out a lot, getting that defense riled up, messing up the rotations, figuring out ways to make sure that they feel uncomfortable. So we'll have to see whether or not they keep that up or if Berserkers will find an answer to it.
You'd like to think that they would, but you know, you do see some of these teams who can't always manage to find that answer. Elsewhere, though, from around the grounds, there's no data yet on that playoff bracket, but of course, in the likes of Chrome Yuki versus Nexus Prime, we have quite the blowout as Chrome have taken a 3-0 lead in the series, but in Game 4, it is Nexus with the lead.
Yeah, and they literally just got that lead, but we do also have a black screen here, so you're gonna have to give us a second to get that lobby back up. We love this game so much, don't we? It happens
W
so
servers.
often. These servers are incredible, aren't they?
Yeah. All the time. Every single game, every single series, whether you're playing, whether you're not, there's always at least 2 or 3 server resets, it feels like. Like, even yesterday, I remember there was a little theory, I can't remember who I was talking to about this, but the theory was if you didn't ready up, the server crashed. But yesterday, everybody readied up with at least 30 to spare, and yet, the server just kept crashing. So, I don't really know what the reasoning is for it, besides our W servers, so thank you for that, Epic. But, you'd like to think it'd be fixed in time, but can't be too optimistic.
Yeah, well, a little bit of information as well. On the other side of the bracket, DCE apparently being up 2-1 over Team Serene. And
Wow.
Dexterity SCR in Game 5 currently, apparently. Hodge mentions DCE are playing without their high player, and they're playing an elite sub up too, so that is, wow, against a Team Serene side who I'm assuming are full power. That is not what you want to see. But, hey, it just means that DCE are confident in their abilities, so we'll get on back to here in Forbidden Temple, Game 2. Team Berserkers needing to find a way back. Zyphus trying to leave that off for Mimical, but the 50 works out well. Jarku already trying to stay on that, but Ibby able to get there first. Verify onto the ball, tries to get around 1, but Zyphus able to get 1. It's into the midfield though for Jarku. The reset 50 helps out somewhat. It keeps the pressure on Berserker's half, but they need to find some sort of shot to actually be able to threaten Berserker's goal.
Yeah, we've seen all this, build-up play so far, but The threat hasn't quite been there. Is Jarku just going to move this one forward as another demo trade comes in? Alanis getting very busy on the back line of Berserkers there. But it all comes to naught for the time being. Zyphus is just going to clear this one away. Goes back towards Alanis with full boost. Looking for control. Mimical going to meet that. But Alanis does win the 50. Forces out a challenge from Ibi now as Jarku's going to try and keep this one in the Berserkers half. So sort of the opposite of what we saw in game one. As you remember, a lot of pressure being there, but Verified very nearly finds the wrap around there. Going to come back towards Alanis, looking for the middle, looking for Jarku, but can't find the goal there. Now, going round again is Verified, looking for the goal. Forces out a triple commit on a 0 boost Berserkers. Jarku, maybe one more turn in this attack, but it all looks to have fizzled out just now. Berserkers get a little bit of control. And finally, a little bit of breathing room, as I say that. Alanis just coming in, looking for Jarku, but I feel like that could be the attack over.
Yeah, I don't know about that one just yet. They keep it in this half. Zypha's trying to get out off the ceiling. Does decide to get that attack down for now. Verifying Jarku having a double commit, and that's a great save, able to play it onto the bar. Zyphas trying to keep that midfield, but Verify will get the catch, able to get that cleared out too. Ibi already up. Alanis trying to meet them there. Zyphus finds one. It's off the back wall. Mimical is there for the shot, and it's upper 90 and no better than that. Half the game remaining. Berserkers able to find that lead.
Well, there's your goal scorer from TBK at it once again. Mimical just prodding yet another one home for his team. Puts him in with a lead at just gone half time. So, half the game to play. It has been Bean with a lot of the pressure, but you'd like to think they won't become has-beens after this one game, because the lead coming in from TBK completely against the run of play, and the way it looks now, they're looking hungrier of the two ever since his goal's gone in.
Yeah, they do indeed. And on the other side, by the way, Nex is still up in that game 4, and they have their lives on the line. It's 2-0 currently in that game, another minute remaining. But Team Berserkers, they have their lead currently just under 2 minutes. The save to the corner, Mimical is there, finds Ibi in the midfield, the shot is on!
Bang.
And there we go, finally someone other than Mimical scoring for Team Berserkers.
I appreciate Ibi doing virtually the exact same shot there as well. The keeper just isn't guarding that. It's a beautiful pass, it's an even better shot. And it's TBK once again, 2 goals to the good. But don't forget last game, they did let this one slip.
Yeah, but I feel like they let that slip with a lot more time in terms of
Very true.
whether or not it was available. Verify putting that one on though, it's off the bar. Alanis already up, finds one, but can't turn it home just this time. As MPB hoping to find an answer quickly. A minute 20 left on the clock. Alanis able to get a great 50. She's going to keep following it down as well. Picks up that little pad, finds Verify, and it's off the bar! Verify had the chance to cut that lead to 1. Dashes it off.
Just not going to happen for him, unfortunately, there. I mean, he tries his luck, but unfortunately it just is one of those chances. You can shoot as much as you want, but it just doesn't go your way. It's very nearly, that's 3-0 Berserkers now, but Mimical off that sidewall now, goes towards Alanis. Mimical not got much boost, wants to keep himself on the board, just keep a little bit of pressure up as 1 touch from Zyphus, 2 touch from Zyphus now, just to keep this one in the bean half, not letting him have any breathing room, but Verify is going to try and look on net for this one, and Zyphus is going to clear this one away. Alanis just keeping it in the same half, double commit though, coming in, forces Zyphus into a cut now. Mimic off the back wall, does beat 1, does beat 2 as well. That's exactly what Team Berserkers need in this game number 2, just to not let any chance come in from Bean, just to make sure it's going to be completely safe for them to get themselves on the board in this series, and the way it looks, that's how it's going to be, unless Verify has something to say about it. Mimical going back towards his teammate, entering the final 10 now. 1 more attack from Jarku now. Not really going to come to anything. Alanis tries to beat, but won't happen. Ibi going to take this one all the way to the other half, and we've now got a tie game, and we're going into a best of 5.
Yep, at best of 7, cut down to a best of 5 in the first game of the day. Team Berserkers find their answer, but we'll have to see whether or not they can keep it together in these next few games. MPB didn't even look horrible. It was just little instances of mistakes or like just being on top of each other kind of messed them up. So we'll have to see whether or not they can fix that coming up in the next few. But the best of 5 makes it a lot more, how do I say this? Pressureful, I guess?
Suppose so, yeah. Because I mean, it's it's less games to look towards now. Like it's your tie game. You're basically at 0-0 again, but you're basically back where you started. So DFH will be another set the tone type of game. I'm not expecting any timeouts to come through just yet because we've not really had one team get the better of the other too much. So unless Berserkers blow this one out of the water, I'm not expecting any timeouts anytime soon. Which, by the way, just a reminder for everybody else, both teams do have a timeout in every single series today.
Yes, they do, and we'll have to see whether or not MPB can come back from that loss like Berserkers did in that last game. And it all depends, really. Will they keep their physical side out, or will they let gain that momentum, let it pick up? And we'll have to see game 3 underway.
Yeah, game 3 underway indeed. And it's going to be Ivy on the ball first off. Alana's just chasing that one down, staying on the ball as well, trying to keep it close, but won't manage to do so. Still, though, finds her way into this blue half. Jarku going to follow up shot, but Ibby just taking this one to safety now. Slowing it down in his own corner. Going towards a teammate as well, trying to find Zyphus, but hang on, it's going to be Verify. Intercepting that towards Alanis. Looking for the drop down. Mimical's going to stay on that. Low boost to work with. Gets bumped out as well. And they've found their ideas back now. They've found their creativity back, but they need to make it count as well this game, because don't forget, they had a lot of that opening pressure last game, but it was TVK who did have the most important stat, which was the goals.
Yeah, you're not wrong on that. They need to figure their way out again. Alanis, a
Oh.
great 50 in that one, just meeting the bottom left-hand corner. An early lead for MPB.
Now look, not the smartest play in the world from Ibby there. Don't get me wrong, lovely placement. Just from the angle of the car, from the angle of Alanis, and from the angle towards the goal. It was not going to go well, but it's all good. Regain. It's going to be 1-0 Bean. Very unfortunate there from the side of TVK to let that one slip, but just happens sometimes. Mimical will beat 1, looking to beat 2 as well, but Alliance will be ready for it. As Chaku's completely bumped out there, but maybe we're going to see something from Zyphers. Not on this occasion. Verify going to beat that. Alliance going to do a good follow-up as well, and Bean as well. They, minus those couple of goals last game, for the most part, they have been very impressive when they've been in their own half. They've they know how to handle themselves, every single one of these players. They know, when a bump comes in, okay, I can figure out how to dodge this. I can figure out where to find a teammate in the defense. I can just figure out what best time to get boost. And at this highest tier, in the master tier, that's exactly what you need. Start from the back, work your way up, and do it all in a lovely fashion like MPB seem to be doing.
Well, yeah, you're saying that, but we're going to minus the 5 goals that have already been scored on them in this series. But I get what you're saying. I do understand it. They are looking good. They have that trust in each other on attack and defense sometimes, and you can tell it may be overconfidence in their team sometimes whenever it comes to the chances that they actually do commit. But just like there, Mimical able to capitalize on, I believe it was Alanis, not able to find the touch. Verify and Jarku both jumping, and Mimical able to make the consequences matter.
Yeah, they're just flopping about like fish out of water, that defence. Of course, as soon as I credit them as well, what better time to do it? As Charles says in chat, they're absolutely beaning it right now. They have completely beamed it, but Mimical forwards looking for AB there, very nearly finds the lead now for TVK, but hang on, this goal may be open, and Jarku will in fact give back the lead to Bean.
Well, that's exactly what they needed after their fluff up, but we'll have to see. Hodge mentioning as well, Death Cloud Esports beat Team Serene 3-1, which is outrageous considering they have a sub up from Elite. Granted, it is Rilo who is the higher level player. He is incredible, but still either way, very well deserved win then for DCE. Nexus currently up 1-0 in Game 5 as well with 30 seconds remaining. And Team Berserkers trying to find their way back into this one with just over 2 minutes. Verify finding one touch, gets the 50 with Ibby. It's pushed up over by Alanis. It's into the Berserkers corner. Mimical taking it high, trying to do something with it, finds a reset over Verify, but Jarku able to come to his rescue as Alanis maybe trying to start a counter attack. It's off the corner. She's trying to find the pass midfield. Verify is there waiting. It will get a good 50. Jarku just not going to dive out this time. Will take his time as that gets pushed past into the other half as Ibi finds one. Jarku, the shot comes on. Mimical able to make a great save. Trying to stay with it, but Zypha's deciding to take it instead. Alanis able to stay on that ball after the touch from Mimical. Jarku is there waiting, takes it slow, decides to go low, then the 50! Oh my word, Jarku! What a goal!
Good force there. Very, very good force there. Completely just wrong footing Ibi there. Just saying, come to me. Do what you want. I'm going to beat you on the 50. Does exactly that. Catches the keeper off guard as well. And 2-goal lead now for MPB. Complete swap out from both other games where it was TBK with that exact same lead. But they're looking a lot more on their feet since they conceded that 1 goal. Have MPB. And oh my goodness, Verify. Very nearly found a late flip into a 4th goal, but not quite this time. Alana's going to keep this one forward now. Off that back wall, going to be Zyphers. Verify looking to challenge. Verify, good 50 as well. Ibi now gets beaten as well. Verify just being a little menace in that Berserker's half now. As Alanis forces a 50 out. Looks for Jarku as well, who is demoed. So I suppose that is one way of stopping the attack. But as well as stopping the attack, Berserkers just haven't really had much in this game now. They've, besides that one chance, they look a little bit flat, I suppose. But there's always time to change that. Of course, Ibi finally seeing a little bit of the orange half, wants to get it into the mid, but Mimical can try and keep it there now. Jarku trying to meet him. Jarku does meet him as well. Good challenge from Jarku. Jarku has been flawless on these challenges this game, especially. Verify trying to meet him. He will absolutely do so as well. The safety by, I suppose, both of these teams from the guarding the lead. It's next to none. And Jarku, could you imagine if he found the read? And he, of course he scored.
I don't know how, but Alanis has managed to smash it into Jarku's car there. So Jarku gets credit for it. That is actually incredible to see. But 4-1, you have to think that is game 3 done and dusted for MPB. And Berserkers after that one, it's a bit iffy looking for you. Zypha's trying to find some sort of consolation into the corner. Ibby's trying to be there for the touch. Mimical taking control, keeps it high in the corner, gets dropped down, and Team MPB find themselves 1-up again in the series.
Yeah, back to the drawing board there for TBK as MPB will put themselves back in the lead of the series. And hang on a minute, on the A stream, we've got a ball game, Tazlik, as
Yeah.
I remember mentioning Chrome having a 3-0 lead. That's now gone down to 3-2, as Nexus are really trying to find themselves back in the series, having almost taken the lead in Game 6 as well. So, you know, either side of this upper bracket, we've got some action going on with, of course, in the lowers, Tempest with elite champion Rilo as well from yesterday, maybe just riding off that champion buff, putting him into the top 6, and Virtus on that other side, knocking out SCR in a game 5 to put themselves against the loser of that Prime Yuki game. But in this series as well, unsurprisingly, no timeout called there. It has been a back and forth in terms of games so far. Both teams just trading blows. So Berserkers will be looking to inflict a little more on MPB than they did this game. Granted, it was only a 1-shot difference, but in terms of, I wouldn't say field domination, but domination in general, it was all MPB.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. The 4-1 tells you everything, to be honest. You could see MPB had so much more pressure and were just all over Berserkers, and we'll have to see whether or not they can keep that up. Because so far it's been Berserkers, and we'll have to see, can Berserkers figure out their way back and make it a tied series once again. So we'll have to see. Verify, able to get a good 50. Ibby plays it to the corner, able to take that corner boost as well. Alanis, a great bump, tries to find the shot. Jarku's there for the follow-up, and it's an early lead for MPB.
Worst possible start for Team Berserkers there. Beautiful pass down from Alanis, and another demo coming in, another shot, and the tee up as well from Jarko. Alanis can absolutely do it all, and MPB will continue right where they left off.
What they needed. They don't want to let Berserkers continue the pattern as Jarku faking out every single player, sorry, not every single player, faking out Mimical very well and takes it into that corner, doubling the lead. We're only 12 seconds in, Sheep.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit out of hand now. If you are Berserkers, maybe after this game, should it go so horrifically wrong, that's when the timeout should be called. But, you know, so far we're only 20 seconds in. 2 goals worse off as Mimical maybe will trying to launch an attack. As Verify meeting that one off the ceiling. Zypher's looking to follow, looking for a teammate in Ibby. Verify once again though, just reading all of these challenges. They're not able to do really much, are they, Berserkers? Because the likes of Verify and Alanis are just cutting everywhere, reading everything they can see. And Ibby, very nearly scoring. Zyphers is scoring. 2-1 now, Berserkers on the board.
Yep, and that was very much needed for Berserkers. Zyphus getting his first goal of the series. And we'll have to see whether or not they can figure out their way in this, as Alanis going straight for the demo off kickoff. Ibby a great pinch downfield. Verify having a race back to it. Jarku is there for the touch, able to get the 50 off Mimical as well. Zyphus not able to keep this out of the Berserkers half. Verify a great touch, it brings it midfield, but no follow through means they get it away for now. Jarku having to just pop that one high. Alanis able to meet it in the off the side wall. Zyphus gets bumped, but Ibby gets to that ball first. Jarku just not going to dive yet, not going to put his team in any sort of danger. Able to get a ceiling pinch, tries to find that extra touch off the sidewall. Verify is pushed up too far, and Mimical slots that one home.
Oof, tough there from Jarku. Tough there from everybody. But the shot, just a highlight once again. From Mimical there. Perfect. Perfect shot. Puts us back at 2-2. Minute and a half into game number 4. And we've got an even ball game, but Jarku will not let this one happen if possible. Ibby's just going to clear that one away. Zypher's just chasing second now. Letting this ball go up the wall. And she's looking to challenge instantly. Verify, although still very, very quick to the ball. Mimical going to take this one off the wall. Does beat Alanis with it. Jarku, 50 now by Ibby. Goes back towards the middle, goes back towards Mimical. Trying to eye up the double. Oh my goodness, that is magical.
Oh my god. That... Ew. Just sending that, finding that angle is outrageous from Mimical, but also, just want to let you all know, it went overtime game 6 for Nexus and Chrome. I believe it was Jax ended up saving one of his team's own shots, and Chrome ended up winning then on the other side. So Nexus gets sent down to the lower bracket. And we'll have to see whether or not they can make a lower bracket run like every other tier has had. But Jarku trying to find the pass midfield. Verify was there. Ibby able to get that cleared away for now with just over half the game remaining. 1 goal difference. That 50 could help. It's off the post. Verify's there, but so is Zyphus, which means Jarku has to try and turn on it. Verify was with him, able to try get that midfield once more. Alanis isn't able to follow it up in time, and they are so close. They are coming so close to getting that equalizer again, but Berserkers stay alive for now.
Everything they can to keep themselves in the lead, but it's not going to matter because it is Alanis putting that one top shelf, really just putting her foot down, saying we are absolutely still in this. We deserve this draw, and have that shot. Fast one as well. There's no stopping that if you are the goalie. And we're back at a level ball game.
Yes, we are MPB Berserkers looking like they are just exactly even right now. Granted, MPB having that extra game gives them a bit of a breather. So we'll have to see. Alanis gets cut there by Jarku actually. But it works out well as it does get pushed away. Verifying Alanis, double commit comes through. The net could be open, but Jarku is able to get back fast enough to make sure that doesn't come to fruition. Zypha's not able to get it on target, but finds Ibby, and they have the lead once again.
Oof, that is an awkward ball. If you are anybody in the defence there for being Jarko and Alan is just jumping at nothing there, looking at their two fellas just at a trampoline park. Very unfortunate, but at the end of it, always going to be Ibby to find that goal, put TVK in the lead once again, and not many kickoff shots there, but the demos are coming in now. Attack maybe being launched as Cyphus with an optimistic jump there, to say the least, as Alana's going to take this one off the back ball now. Goes towards Verify, looking to the middle, but Zyphus will block this one away. Jarku trying to meet it, but won't happen. Mimical just taking this one away, taking the full boost as well. Alanis trying to eye up the shot. Alanis will eye up the shot, and Alanis will eye up the goal. 4-4 for a master game as well. This is very, very high scoring.
Alanis is coming in clutch. The last 2 goals to keep this game tied up have come from her. So we'll have to see, can she clutch up a few more times for being Jarku, trying to get this one rolling once more in the Berserkers half. Does well, that one dropping, but it doesn't drop quick enough for Verify, so Zyphus will take it away. Alanis gets past Mimical this time. Jarku with control, takes it high, plays the 50. Mimical on no boost, the double commit comes through once again, and it doesn't come to anything just yet for being Zyphus and Ibby. A bit of miscommunication possibly between the two. Verify sending it high. Jarku's there, but the double commit means Verify having to race back off of this into the sky for that one. So Mimical will try push that midfield. No one was able to commit that time. Verify takes it to the side. Jarku's there into the corner. Alanis is already up. Finds a 50. Verify's on that side. Tries to get it centered, but Jarku wasn't able to stay with play just this time as Mimical pops it high. Jarku able to get it cut out quickly. Ibby is there waiting, will pop it up. Verify gets to it first, stays with it, tries to get that second touch, but Ibby is able to cut it out. The 10-second timer ticking down, and both sides tied up. Could we have our second overtime of the series?
Looking to be the case, unless this does not drop at 0, but Zyphus will let that one happen, and this next goal is just as important for either team. For the sake of Beam, they have the opportunity to go 2 games ahead here, to plant themselves on a triple match point, but for Berserkers, if it's them who win this overtime, of course they're going to have the series all tied up. The same amount of work to do as MPB in the second half, which means everybody wants this. Of course, everybody really does want this game because it is just such a pivotal point in the series. Jarku just taking this one towards the box. Verify beaten out by the defender there. Ibby can take this one outwards. Verify and Alanis just left on their back line. Goes towards Zyphus now with a lot of boost to work with the flip reset with the dribble. And hang on, that's another goal from Verify. That is so unfortunate as it goes off in the chat, and it's Berserkers who will tie up the series.
That is not what you want to see, Verify. That shot not even going in, and finds a touch to send it in. And you have to feel for Verify there. MPB not able to win that game, which means we are going to at least a game 6 as Berserkers tie the series back up 2-2, and we'll have to see whether or not they can do it.
I mean, maybe, right? If they can as well, that's all the more impressive, to be honest with you, because I mean, look, considering they're playing with a sub as well, and you've got a full strength MPB on that other side, then they do have it cut out for them, but they're doing well so far to make us go down to a best of 3, to be even more volatile now, which, you know, this next game as well, whoever wins this goes on to double match point and really will put themselves in a little more control. I'm not going to say a lot more control because nobody has had control on this series. No team has won back-to-back games yet, but Berserkers will be looking to change that going into Beckwith Park.
Yeah, they are indeed, and we'll have to see whether or not MPB find another answer, because it's just been very back and forth. The players coming out for a second. We have to wait for one of them. But Berserkers hoping to break the pattern and see whether or not they can figure out a way to get on to match point. And with everybody in the lobby, let's get Beckwith Park underway.
Yeah, let's get ourselves back underway. Beckwith Park now. Turning point, well, I say the turning point. Every game's the turning point if you think about it, but yet another possible turning point of this series because after that overtime win from Berserkers, it could be them in the lead now of this series if they can put this game away. But of course, as we said as well, no team has got back-to-back games in this series so far. But Ibi looking to change that as well. That net's open, and it is Ibi to open the scoring. Only 15 seconds in, Berserkers just going off of game 4 and just carrying that same pattern.
Yeah. Well, no, not carrying the same pattern because realistically, this should be MPB's game.
True.
If we're talking off how the series has gone, and it's gone back and forth, MPB Berserkers, MPB Berserkers. So we'll have to see anyway. Mimical able to take control of that one. Tries to get it past Verify, not able to. Zyphus is there. Jarku with a great save. Ibi is up, finds Mimical in the midfield, but Alanis, she does get there in time. As that drops down, Jarku finds one. Zyphus not to touch that he would have wanted. So Verify will take this one from his back wall. Will take it high, gets it off the ceiling. Mimical not able to get the greatest touch. And now Jarku cuts the rotation, able to fake out one, not able to flick it over Mimical yet, but we'll have to see. Alanis, a great dunk. Ibi is a bit awkward. Zyphus not able to dive on that either. Verify tries to find the shot, but it does get saved away. The skim not able to be found. A great demo in the back line, so Alanis has to play the 50 with Mimical. Jarku staying with it. Will take it high. Great control. Trying to find a way over Zyphus. Not able to. Alanis does get one, but the double commit doesn't help out for Bean. As Jarku goes high, we stay at that 1-0 lead so far with a minute 20 left on the clock.
Oh, could that stay? It will. It will stay. Will it? It will stay. It will stay. No caster curses today. Thank you very much. Zyphus just getting that one away. Alana's trying to meet this one. It'd be good 50 though. Zyphus now for the follow. Trying to leave this one to Mimical, who does go up. Anything fancy or just a simple 50? Neither, as Jarku's beautiful touch just keeps that one away. Just lets Bean take a little bit of pressure now. Verify gets one touch, but a double commit comes in as Ibi blocks this one away. Goes back into that Bean half now. And seeing a little bit more of end-to-end stuff. Well, although the series has been very end-to-end in general, we have seen in a lot of these games one team just being the more dominant side, but oh my goodness, Jarku! That is disgusting.
Oh my god, Verify puts that one high, it drops down Jarku. Ew! That is disgusting from you. What the hell? How have you found that angle then?
A Doomsy Dish, what do you call that thing?
I don't even know. I feel like that should be named something specifically for Jarku, no?
The Jarku.
Honest. Like, it's... Our producer said a silly wheelie. Yeah, no, let's not call it that, alright?
Catchy.
Yeah. But, oh my word, that is incredible. That one goes high. Ibi not able to find a touch, which means Zyphus has to send it high. Verify into the corner. And nothing comes of it just yet for MPB. Ibi able to send that one long. Jarku able to just bring this back. Gives it to Verify. The shot on from Ibi, but Alanis able to get it cleared away for now. So we'll have to see whether or not this will stay a tied game for long, or if one of these sides can find their way forward. Jarku sends that long. A double commit comes and neither player touching it, so Alanis gets a free touch. It goes up high. Verify not able to dive on that. Zyphus will, and Jarku will just take it high.
Another name from Reducer. I didn't catch the last part, but heard Jarku and heard Bullet. But either way, that's not going to matter for the moment, as Berserkers find another goal on the board. No highlights though this time, just straight simple. Mimical giving Alliance a taste of our own medicine as well. So lovely play all in all. All players are absolutely warmed up now. And Berserkers will take a lead and look 1 minute and 18 seconds away from putting themselves on double match point.
Yep, and we'll have to see, can they do it? Jarku Able to get that one away for now. Zyphus finds one touch to the sidewall, gets the reset, tries to use it well, but not too effective this time. That touch over to Jarku, and just one to beat it, 2v1, but no no way out for MPB this time. Verify trying to find Jarku, does well. Alanis is up, it sits off the ceiling, off to the back wall, but Zyphus is able to get it cleared away. Verify meets it in the midfield, hits it off the ceiling. Jarku was there waiting, tries to find a second touch, not able to this time. Just over 30 seconds remain. Zyphus, no shot comes through, but Ibi will keep this one in the MPB half. As you can see the clock ticking down for MPB. They need to find an answer now, otherwise Team Berserkers find themselves a match point. Mimical taking it high, not gonna let them have a chance on the ball. And 10 seconds ticking down. Team Berserkers so close to that double match point.
Yeah, looking to kill it as well. Just been time wasting for this past 30 seconds. Just draining that clock down. Maybe Alanis with a little heroics there. Hang on, Jarku, double tap. Nearly finds it. No! Not going to happen. Berserkers will get the game, but Bean, that was a valiant effort.
Jeez, that would have been outrageous if they got that. That flick from Alanis was special to find Jarku, and the double just about not able to find it. And that is so unfortunate for MPB. They just about can't find that equalizer in the last second. But from the looks of things, I don't think they're calling their timeout.
Surprised because you are only going to get one chance to use it. Of course, if you're Bean, you've now dropped 3 games, 2 of those in a row as well. And you're not going to get another chance now unless you're going to be egoing, win game 6 and then take a timeout, in which case, absolutely fair play to you. But I just don't see that happening. I mean, look, if they can make it work, then all doubt aside, they will absolutely deserve to keep it going. But it will take a strong mental to just not, step away from your PC for a moment and go, hang on, just breathe, and then we'll come back and then we'll go again. But they are ready to just go straight into Neo Tokyo. And we get yet another lobby crash. So, we love this game, don't we, Tezu?
Nice one. Yeah, no, we do indeed love this game so much. These servers are so incredible, aren't they? But but yeah, I don't worry, I heard you. I just didn't mention it. But we'll have to see anyway. MPV, they get a mini timeout here anyway because of the server being down. But we'll have to see. Can they figure it out? I don't know. What do you think they kind of need to change to find their way back?
Well, I mean, they're good at making the highlight reels. It's just they're not very good at all the simple stuff in comparison, because we saw that, I can't remember if it was game 4 or game 5, but there was definitely a bar hit in there that could have absolutely gone in. But, we love all these highlight plays, like a few names for it now. The Jarku juxtaposition, the Finnish float, as MPB themselves have said in chat. So, we like all these highlights, but, of course, you like to do the simple stuff. Berserkers are the better team at doing that so far, and that is why they have the lead in the series.
Yep, exactly. And we get game 6 underway. The shot from Alanis. Oh, what a shot coming through. 68 even after hitting off the bar, and an early start for MPV.
Speaking of the simple stuff, we called, Alanis answered, showed us exactly how to place a shot there. Beautiful angle, bar down as well, just to top it all off. And MPB, instant response from dropping that game 5. They took they were very smart with the timeout there. They knew the server was going to crash, so just decided to save the timeout for whatever reason. Nah, of course not. But either way, they do take the lead in game number 6, as Jarku's looking to double that one. Really just wrong footing Zyphus there. Goes off the ceiling. Well, not off the ceiling. Goes off the backboard, I should say, but no attack now. Mimical, beaten by Jarku. Going to go back towards this Team Berserkers net now as a double commit comes in once again. We've said that quite a lot as well from the side of Berserkers. They do seem to be doing a lot of these double commits in the defense.
Yeah, but hey, if it works out for you, then fair play. But Jarku trying to find Alanis gets cut out by Ibby. A great 50 as well. Verify being last one back has to get back to that one just in time. But Mimical won't let them escape just yet. Jarku finding a 50. Verifies with it. Will take it up. Finds a reset. Tries to get it over Mimical, but not able to this time, as the demo on Alanis will make the attack a bit harder for MPB. Verify, finding a 50, it drops down into the post. Nobody's there though, nobody reading that drop, and MPB have to stay at 1 as Jarku finds a 50, it's off the side. Alanis not able to turn it this time, and Berserkers stay alive and only have to suffer 1 goal.
Yeah, and they I say very nearly. That wasn't even close from Ibby, but they had a chance to try and equalise it. Now Ibby looking towards Mimical, Verify, just floating there. Mimical will beat with relative ease as well, and Jarku's going to take this one away. No boosto on either Jarku or Verify now. Zyphers will take this one up. Couple of chain dashes there to just stay in the attack with minimal boost, but Ibby now challenged by Alanis. Does get a good 50, does go back towards Mimical, goes on the wall now, as does Jarku, but Mimical looking for one final touch. Good touch as well, Ibby just playing that one back to Mimical. Hang on, goes towards Zyphers. What a team play, but it's just not going to happen for them. It goes off the post. Jarku down to the other side now. Is Verify going to finish it? No, nobody can score.
What is going on between these two sides? We've just had the back and forth of the dreams that we would have wanted, but no one able to find the back of the net. Verify, good 50 means Jarku can take some time, pick up that corner pad, take it high. Will try play the 50 with Mimical. It pinches out over to Verify, finds the pass to Alanis. The triple commit means the net is open and it drops down for Alanis, doubling the lead with 2 minutes left to go.
Well, finally got your goal now. Have MPB once again, a lovely one once again from Alanis, just being that goal scorer this game for the side of MPB. Yeah, when you've got star players like Jarku, it's all well and good when they do step up, but of course there are 3 star players on the side of MPB because, as we said earlier, everybody can step up at any given time. But this is Alanis' game, it feels like, so far. She's just been, well, we've said the Queen of Master. What about the Queen of Neo Tokyo as well? That's yet another title to put on, but 2-0 lead now, 2 minutes to play. Mimical taking it off his own back wall now, does beat Alanis, looking for a reset as well. Gonna find it downwards, Jarku. Good challenge, but hang on a minute, Ibby just keeping this one deep inside the bean half, but Zyphus, good force out there as Jarku gonna take the corner. Alana's gonna boom this one forward, both on 0 as well, but
Jeez.
sorry, what? Was that a backwards hit as well? It's just gone all the way down the other side.
Yeah, oh my word, that is the clear of the century, I want to say, because what the hell? How do you even think to do that? But hey, I suppose that's the Master Tier for you, as it gets banged downfield once more. Verify off the sidewall, it's hit off the corner. Jarku's in the midfield waiting. Verify finds one extra touch, but I think that messed up Jarku, who's going for the double. But it lets TBK have an extra life. Verify taking it high, brings it down low under Ibby, tries to pop it up for Jarku, but does get cut out this time. Alanis, last person back, has to take it all the way to the back wall. Finds a great save off of Zyphus' shot. And Verify will start the attack once again for MPB. Finds the ground pinch, but it's a great save from Zyphus. The 50 from Alanis finds the back of the net. And we are going to Champions Field.
Yet another highlight play from the Queen of Neo Tokyo, newly crowned. Alanis finds a hat-trick. Good pass as well from Verify, just being that beautiful supporting act on the side of being 3 assists, plenty of decisive bumps and demos this game. And as the way it looks, yeah, barring an absolute miracle, we are going to be headed to Champions Field. Now double commit comes in, maybe Zyphus, one more late on in game 6, but Jarku will just clear that one away. Looking ever so more likely now. We will have a game 7. That's going to be missed as well, just for good measure. It's not Berserker's game on Neo Tokyo. Bean will absolutely take it to them. We're going to that final decisive game now. Maybe we'll see a timeout before it from the likes of Berserkers, but either way, this is a huge one, Tezek.
Yeah, it is indeed. I have a suspicion TBK will take their time out, but I'm not sure just yet. It hasn't been called, so we'll probably wait a few seconds to see. But what a game from Bean. Alanis, a hat trick coming through for her. Verify assisting all three goals. And we'll have to see whether or not they can bring it back on Champions Field. Berserkers still haven't called that timeout.
They're just happy to get this one done. I mean, both teams just getting off the timeout completely and ready to get this series going. So thank you very much for some extra entertainment, both of you. Nobody really wants to take another minute. They just want to get straight back into it. Hang on. Maximum possible delay. Okay, no timeout. Just because we went all the way to 7. So,
Yeah.
Tezek, how's this going to play out? Game 7. Who's scoring first? What player and at what time?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. You know what? I'm gonna say Alanis at 3:16.
Okay, let's get some chat input as well. Chat, same question. Who scores first and at what time?
And don't forget to answer it yourself. What do you think?
Okay, fine. I will go Jaku at 4:32.
4:32. Wow, so you're playing that as an early goal. Okay. Jarku could indeed do it even earlier, but Cyphus gets the save this time as that one will drop down. Verify with the catch. Takes one. Zyphus is there, plays it, but Jarku able to cut it out quickly. It's off to the sky. Jarku's there for the shot, but it's a great save from Ibi.
8 seconds too early.
He really made it right for you, but it does get saved away this time. Alanis, a great 50, able to push it away for now. Verify gets the clear. Mimical turning on it though, will get the 50 with Verify, will play it to the corner. Alanis is there waiting. Ibi off the back wall and nearly found a way to sneak one in. Zyphus finds one touch, but Verify gets that cleared away. Alanis with the 50, sending it downfield. Jarku gets demoed. Sorry, no, Jarku demoed Ibi. How?
W game physics.
I don't know how that's happened, but hey, you know what? Fair enough. Alanis taking control as Zyphus finds one. Jarku gets demoed this time, and Mimical will make things awkward for his team as Alanis off to the side wall tries to go alone, plays the 50 well, but it comes downfield. Ibi with the shot at 3:38 finds the lead for Team Berserkers.
Well, who had that one in chat then? Ibi at 3:38, slotting that one bottom shelf as well. TBK taking a early-ish lead and putting Bean on the back foot for the remainder of this game, unless I can find anything off the kickoff. Now Jaku going straight up, challenged by Mimical. Good bump though from Jaku though. Verify, I believe, just keeping that one in the middle, goes towards Alanis. Now look for the drop down, and that is a perfect response from Alanis. 1-1, 3:28 left to play.
Oi, yeah, indeed. They find themselves back in this game not long after the original goal, 10 seconds in fact, and we'll have to see who will find that edge first. Verify finding a bump, which actually helps him out to play the 50 with Mimical, but it does get popped up high. Alanis gets bet out by Zyphus. Ibi finding one, it's off to the ceiling. Jarku needing to make a crucial touch as Verify trying to find the bump on Zyphus. He gets a second touch, but Alanis able to cut it out before it becomes too dangerous this time. Has no boost to her name, finds it over Mimical. A great 50 as well, and Ibi just about able to push that to the side. Verify able to get it midfield. Alanis no touch this time. Jarku will find one to the side wall. Will leave it then for Verify to get it cleared away. Follows it up. It's into the corner. The pass to Verify, but no goal this time as Alanis over Ibi, but does get demoed for her troubles. Jarku pushes it up high. Zyphus finding one. It bangs downfield. Ibi finding a demo, and Jarku means Alanis having to get that one out. Mimical meets it in the midfield. It's a good 50, so it will fall down to Jarku on the side wall, who decides to bang it downfield. Ibi finding one, will find a second. Verify on it already. trying to figure something out. Just over 2:10 left on the clock, and MPB how trying to figure their way through.
MPB knocking on the door there. Couldn't quite get the answer on the door. Nobody, well, there was plenty of people home, should we say, as we enter this final 2 minutes now. Verify, looking for a flick. Ibby just going to put a stop to that one ever so quickly. Now does beat Alanis as well to put this one back into the bean half. Forces last man Jarku to make a play on it, but Zypher's going to meet him now. Verify, taking this one back towards Berserkers. Couldn't get the touch he was looking for, though. Mimical gets one, Mimical gets two as well, but Alanis will take this one middle. Ibby looking to clear that. Yet another defensive double commit now coming in from Berserkers. Now Ibby off the sidewall, Mimical looking to follow. Mimical, just a bit of a wide shot now, but Alanis met by Zyphus now as well. Zyphus into the middle, gets a dunk downwards, but finds it a little bit awkward, but couldn't find a shot or a goal in that sense. But now Alanis taking this one away. All threats seems to be eliminated now, and that's Mimical can find the ideal shot, but Alanis will not let that one happen. Now goes towards the side wall. Berserk is still in attack as we've got just over a minute for somebody to find a winner until we go to that very important Game 7 overtime, if we do at all. But now Jarku just booming this one into the first sight of the Berserkers half of the field in at least a minute now. Verify looking to follow suit as well. Zyphers and Ibby both missing. Hang on, just be a little bit careful now, Berserkers. Verify's going to take this one middle. Alanis with just a little bit of time, but Ibby will meet this one on the wall. Booms it towards the goal now with Jarku. Towards his teammate, towards Verify. Does get a touch, but Zyphers bombed out as well. Is one of the defenders, but now Jarku. Reset found. Alanis there in support. Alanis, well, ball taken away by Zyphers. As we at the final 30 seconds, says it's still anybody's game.
Yeah, just under the 30 remain. Ibby trying to start the attack for Berserkers. Mimical finding one. It's into the midfield. Verify able to get that cleared away. Alanis getting the one touch first to Jarku, but it gets caught out by Ibby. The shot is on the bomb. It's off the bar. And Verify not able to turn it in. MPB don't find that winner. And with the clock ticking down, overtime looming, the Game 7 golden goal for the series as Jarku takes the 50. It does drop, and we have a Game 7 overtime.
Maximum possible delay indeed. We're not going to have a quick series at all. In fact, the longest one you could possibly ask for. This was almost Berserkers with an early answer, but Zyphus now looking for a teammate in Mimical. Bunt out, so it's going to go to just Mimical. Playing this one solo, going off that back wall now. Any follows now from the side of Berserkers. It's going to be Ibby off the wall. Verify so fast to meet that. Catches Zyphus wrong-footed, and that's the game winner.
Oh,
Verify puts MBB into the top 3.
Oh my word, MPB find their way through, and it's Verified to send them higher, able to make it count. Berserkers, after all of that effort, that's how it ends for you in the upper bracket. You'll have to face your way in the lowers after this one, and yeah, that is unfortunate for Team Berserkers. MPB finding their way through, and you can see there from the stats, 62 shots for MPB, having 11 more. The equal amount of saves. They have, I believe that's 7 more demos and 4 more goals. You could tell they wanted it a bit more, and they find their way through. The series MVP being Jarku. 20 saves, 8 goals, 21 shots, 7 demos, 3,500 points. Yeah, honestly, not too much of a surprise, and a well-deserved win for MPB.
Sorry, 3,500 points is insane. Like, over a 7-game series, 500 points per game, zero problem from Jarku. Everybody as well playing their part. I think you could have easily given it to anybody on that team, especially the likes of Alanis there. All the off-the-ball play, all the bumps and everything. You don't get points for that, but that's some of the stuff you have to look for sometimes. But regardless, Tazek, what a series, what a spectacle. And that's only the first series of the day.
Yep, it is indeed. We will be having, I believe, Prime versus that, was it Virtus? That's who it was, Dexterity game. So we'll have to see whether or not they can, whether or not Prime can come back from their misfortunes up in the upper bracket, or will Dexterity continue to push forward. But before that, we will go to a little bit of a break. So thank you, Beeping, for casting with me, and don't go anywhere too far.
This isn't just merch, it's what teams wear when they mean business. Every stitch, every print, every detail, made to perform. Trusted by the grind, from grassroots to championship halls. Build your team store. We're the brand that wins. SpartanWare, trusted by the grind.
Welcome back, everybody, to the RSC stream here. I am your host, Tino, here, and we don't have Blakos currently in the stream, but he should be coming back there. There he is. And now we have our lower bracket quarterfinal action here. We have Dexterity taking on Nexus in this best of 5 series. It's win or go home.
Yeah, I mean, Dexterity are going on a little bit of a they're going on a little bit of a run from heaven. Going through that lower bracket, taking Nox to a game 7, beating Galaxy in a game 5. I'll tell you what, especially in this knockout bracket, they're looking at going the distance. But they'll be trying not to go the distance this time. Obviously, you predicted them to once again go the distance, but win. I predicted them to lose in 4. Tino, talk me through your prediction.
No, I just think that what we saw from Dexterity earlier on today here, I think that was very impressive, and I think that that momentum that they might have, even though they did, even going through to the rest of this playoff day, I think that will make them see off this series.
I think it'll be a lot closer than everyone thinks. I mean, both of them, well, I'm surprised both of them in the position they are. What, either for good or bad, I won't comment on either. But either way, it should be a good series regardless.
Yep, certainly so. And once we've got all the teams here, and we can check through the current bracket here in the master tiers. We scroll through the tiers currently, and there we go. Now we have Nexus Prime, who just lost that 4-2 against Yuki, who's gone down to this lower bracket, and as you see, Dexterity Virtues took that game 5 against SCR's Galaxy. Over on the other stream, you will see Death Cloud's Tempest going against Berserkers. And on this stream, it'll be Virtuous versus Prime. It should be a very good series here, and I think we're ready to get into game 1.
I mean, we're in the lobby. I'm pretty sure we're waiting on the opposition. But just talking about that previous 3-2 against Galaxy, obviously Galaxy being my org. A little bit disappointed at the guys. Big congratulations to Dexterity, though. They obviously had to fight and battle through it. They'll be coming into this game with a lot of confidence. I wouldn't want to be on the side of... I definitely wouldn't want to be on the side of Nexus after just losing to Chrome Yuki. I mean, potentially going from top 3 to having to do a grueling lower bracket run is not what you want to see, especially on a Sunday evening. But they will be fighting it nonetheless.
Yeah, the fight's something that you definitely need here in these playoffs here, because now it's a situation of win or go home. You've lost that extra life that you gained from your playing performances or being the number 1 seed, and now you have to show what you're made of in this lower bracket. As you see the individual stats here, it's looking like it's going to be Willow, Cal, and Jax as the starting 3 for Nexus, and Emils is definitely going to be taking the lead front for Dexterity, but it was very low in games coming from the other 3 for Dexterity.
Yeah, it's interesting how low those games are. Must have been mid-season changes. I'm not sure what happened there, but whatever they have done, to be fair, you just got to give them props, because their results getting up until this point have been incredible. And potentially if they started with that roster, they might have been a lot higher than, obviously we saw that they finished 5th, but Nexus will be trying to stop that hero run in that lower bracket.
Yep, certainly so here. As we have the individual stats, we have the team stats, we have the predictions. All we need to do is get the players ready and we can start game number 1.
Hopefully they turn up sooner rather than later, but just looking at that Nexus side, you can see the captain, Cal, played every single game, didn't drop one. Same with the Mills, but pretty even in terms of his goals, assists. Doesn't look like he's too selfish, doesn't look like he's overly passing. There's a lot you can tell from stats. You obviously don't want to go into it, but 57% goal participation. You would probably expect him to be involved a lot. But yeah, looking at these talent predictions, you can ignore me. Obviously, you got to back your org, otherwise what are we doing? But yeah, I mean, I backed Dexterity to finish 7th or 8th, so what do I know?
Yeah, as we can see the predictions here, we have one from Stingray here who have Nexus winning this whole thing. However, currently they're in this lower bracket, so he's believing that they could go all the way and get that reverse seed currently. We see Beeping Sheep also have them in that final spot, and a lot of people have them in the lower final. So Nexus here, a huge favorite coming into today here, but they've slipped down, and they need a bit of work to do here going in through to the rest of this lower bracket.
Every single one of the talent predictions has Nexus above Dexterity. Dexterity will want to flip it on its head. They'll want to change the narrative. Obviously, coming in as underdog, Hodge predicted them to finish 7th to 8th. He predicted them dead, well, last, along with Teeks and me, well, and Beeping Sheep, to be fair. So almost half of the talent had them in the rock bottom. They've got as far as 5th or 6th already, so they'll want to continue that climb. They'll try and climb to that top 4. But Nexus, a lot across the board, looks like they're predicted to finish in the top 3 from everyone. Nexus going in as the clear favourites, but only time can tell.
Time can tell indeed here. As you see, everyone is now into the lobby here. We can get going into game number 1 here. 2 teams now who are on the chopping block here. It's either going through to this next round or it's demise for either team. We can get the players ready. We can start game number 1 in Manfield Knights. As it's Dexterity who's going to be in that green. You're going to see Nexus, who very changing of colors really, but you see them only in that white. But I think we're ready to start game number 1.
We would have been ready to start if the teams weren't having a little pop at chat. Don't know what that's going on about, but either way, it looks like someone's made a mistake.
Yep, seems so here. So we're gonna get some cameras here as well. As you're gonna see some of the players' reactions, some of how they're feeling in for the rest of this series here. And you can just see the mentality there as you see them face to face rather than behind the screen, as you see whether they needed to call a timeout, whether they need to organize their plays, whether they need to just fix up as a team, or they're striving really. But yeah, no, these 2 teams here, they're definitely in that position where they must prevail with good momentum and good vibes regardless, because you're now in the lower bracket. You can't lose.
Okay, no worries. It looks like we are going to have to go to a quick break just so we can get these cameras started. We won't be gone for long, so sit back, grab yourself a drink, do whatever you need to do, and we will be right back. Welcome
back,
back.
everybody.
Man, you go ahead.
Welcome back, everybody, and we are now ready to start off this series here. We've got the cameras, we've got the players, we can get everyone started into the game. It'll be Dexterity against Prime, a best of 5 series, and currently it's looking like a 1-on-1 because no one's trying to join. And there we go, we have all 6 players ready, and we can start game number 1 to see who takes control of the series.
Once again, we do apologise for that little hiccup, but we're glad we can start now, and both of these teams will be looking to start quick. You get their first game on the board, you set yourself up, so obviously that leaves you 2 left. Nice and easy, and Mills will take the first shot, and Loans gets the first save of the series.
Yeah, wonderful defense coming in from that side here as now Mills is going to try to get a clear off. but it's not going to be successful here. And now, next is trying to build some more pressure, trying to get this into the middle. But now Cal's going to take this one all the way back. Was that a correct touch or was that a misfortune? He tries going for the cycle, but that's just slid up to the backboard. And Mills looking for the shot there. But he's going to get bumped off by Cal again. Now, pop up into the sky here by Cal once again. And now it's Silas going to be able to get the booming clear. And now it's just end-to-end action here, but no shots really coming in from either side.
A little bit of a passive first minute. As I say that, the ball goes towards and it's landed in front of the goal, but it's a good clear out in the end by Loans, and it was probably a needed one as well. That looks a little bit dangerous, but Sylvia will be looking to get that infield pass. Cal again smashing clear, relieving that pressure.
Yeah, pressure relief once again. Now that goes into the middle. It'll be Cal looking for a shot. It's going to be off target. Here is now Jax with a bit of work to do. Tries getting the pitch over to the wall. And now it's going to go to Cal. He's going to get that into the middle. It's going to go all the way to the corner. Jax now going up for this. Trying to get this into the middle for Willows. But he's not going to be able to get there in time. And now Sylvia trying to force a counter attack here. Gets it to the corner. It's going to go to a Mills. Straight into the middle. But no one's there once again. Willows now looking for the flick. Doesn't get past one because no one went for the challenge. And now it's Jax looking for an early shot there. Sylvia's going to get the clear quickly. And then Cal's going to take it to the corner once again. And now there's some pressure coming in. There's a decent shot attempts coming. But there's no goals currently as 2 minutes are about to be elapsed.
It's a reasonably quiet first 2 minutes. You had an opportunity with Loans on the bump. But no massive clear-cut chances that you think could have gone in the back of the net. You think at the moment it's a battle for the midfield. Cal again constantly going back to their corner, taking the possession, and not a lot of response coming from Virtuous.
Yeah, lack of a response here, lack of answers here. And now it's gonna be Cal over to the backboard, slammed up into the ceiling. Willows is gonna be the one who's gonna go for this. And now it's Jackson Silas fighting for this ball. Goes straight to the backboard. Now Cal trying to get that touch over to the corner. And Mills is gonna try to go for the booming pinch. He's going to try to control this ball once again. Sylvia now with the pop. Trying to get the reset here. But now it's going to be cleared off by Jackson. Now Steelers with a good shot. It's wide. But Cal now is going to get that booming clear over to the other side here. Looking for some counter-attacking possibilities. Gets the demo on Silas. But nothing's going to be working out for either side here. As it's still 0-0. And now 3 minutes have gone.
Not a very eventful game so far in the scoring. You've had a couple shots coming out from Loans and Mills, but easy enough saves for Silas and Loans. But it might be Sylvia now who goes under one. It's going to hit the backboard. It's going to be really awkward as Silas takes the shot. First one of the series, top shelf. And couldn't quite make the save as Cal stuck in the net after the bump from Sylvia.
Yeah, straight to the top shelf here. Wonderful shot coming in from Silas to start the scoring. And now that's the lead coming in from Dexterity's Virtus. As they're going to start this game once again. Now Willows is going to get a touch. It's going to go to the corner here. He's trying to try to catch this. Gets the pop over one. And Mills is going to get the 50. And now it's going to go to Cal. Cal's going to try to create something. But Sylvia's going to be there in time. And now Jack's trying to create something. Slams over to the corner. And it's going to be controlled now by Willows. But it's not going to be enough. Now Silas booming clear. And Mills gets a demo. Looking for a second one here. He's chasing people. But Jack's going to be able to get the clear in time. And still doesn't get demo there. But that's a shot from Sylvia. Kyle is going to be able to get control here. Looking for an air dribble. Looking to get the dunk. Goes low. Silas is going to be the one who gets to that ball first. And now it's Willows to the middle. Slams it down to the left side. It's going to go to the left 4 here. And it's still 1-0 to Dexterity.
1-0, 1 minute to go. Dexterity probably aren't too comfortable in this position at the moment. We'll continue to try and search for the second one. If you're in the team of Nexus, you're probably panicking just a bit. That 15 seconds didn't go too far. Didn't go too slowly. Went pretty quick. They've only got 30 seconds remaining. This time is probably going down fast, and they would like Loans looking for the bump. Jack not on target this time. They're still continuing to try and mount the pressure as the ball's off the backboard. It will be Loans up. It takes the 50 with a Mills. A Mills low boost now. Jack's jumping at that low boost. Tries to go back to Cal. Cal off the corner. No third man. And Mills absolutely smashes this downfield. Tries to take advantage of the attack in play. It's a shot. It's a great save by Loans. Jack's with the clear. 10 seconds remaining now.
Yeah, final 10 seconds tick here. And that could be the tying score! It is! Loans Lowe's ties the game for Nexus in the nick of time. It's a pitch there coming in from Cal, and it's a straight away. Jackson and Silas both missing that ball, and the Mills couldn't get it out in time. And it's equal once again with 5 seconds left to go here. Is there going to be late heroics, or are we going to overtime? But it's going to be decided in the center circle. It's going to be the chance for Nexus here. It doesn't actually hit the floor at 0 seconds. Now Sylvia to the backboard. Is anyone going to be there? It's going to be Jax with the booming clear. Loans now to the left side wall. It's going to continue this in the corner. Gets it to the middle. Cal with a shot. It's wide. And it's going to keep in the air. 0-second drill is over. And we've got overtime.
If you was Dexterity Virtuous, you'd be disappointed that that shot from Cal wasn't on target. That was a great opportunity to take the win. Silas with the 50, clears forward by Cal to the sidewall. Sylvia with the catch, will try and pass it infield. Jax will now just try and take this over one, does in the end, and the clear only gets as far as Sylvia. Sylvia with the redirect, and it will be Nexus Prime who do unfortunately lose this game. It's a good shot from Sylvia, and Dexterity will be very happy with that one.
Yeah, no nonsense after conceding that late goal here, as they do take game number 1 after some late heroics. And Virtuous now, who take the lead early in the series, are looking to capitalize on this and try to continue with this lead. They're 2 games away from moving on to the next round, and Prime need to answer quickly, otherwise their playoff chances might be slipping.
We do have to remember that both teams do get a timeout in this. Prime obviously opting not to use theirs after game 1. Virtuous having 3 saves with Silas, 1 from Sylvia. The shots from Prime, only 5 in total across the game, of it not being too capitalizing with what they had. Only the 1 goal. Virtuous put the pressure on, 8 shots, scored the second one, and that was the difference.
Yep. So now it's time. Forbidden Temple here. For game number 2, we're going to get this done quickly here just to prevent servers from crashing, getting everyone back in and steady here. As now we begin once again with game number 2. Virtuous took the early lead here. We're going to see if Prime is able to get a quick response. 5 minutes on the clock once again. And we need to see who can create the answers.
Not a massive amount of time. Obviously, if you was on the side of Prime, you'd be looking for a comeback. If you're Virtuous, you'd be looking to rise that high, and ride that high they might, as Emil is off the backboard, puts the goal in, not even 10 seconds. Massive difference after Cal gets an awkward touch, falling down with 0, does get a small connection, not enough to keep that out.
Yeah, lackluster and not enough to keep the ball out there. And now it's Dexterity once again with the early lead. And now Sylvia with a chance to make it 2. Gets it over to the back, but that's all the best of Clears and Cal. Malone's going to be there in time. And now Cal here with the juicy try, makes some offensive pressure. Gets it over to the left corner. Sylvia's going to be the one to that ball. Gets past 1 here, but it's only going to go right to Loans. And now Silas is going to get the pop over 1. Emils gets the dunk. That's an open net, but someone's back there in time. It goes slamming down. Cal's going to get a demo. And the counterattack is unsuccessful here from Dexterity. Both teams now trying to create some chances, but it's 1-0 once again after that early goal.
A little bit of panic probably from Prime. You saw a little bit of an overcommit. The net might have looked a little bit open, but it will be a shot. It's off the crossbar. 2 of the players from Virtuous do make the save. Loans will be trying to go alone. Fakes the reset, takes it to the corner. Sylvia will make the save, but it only lands at Cal, and Mills is there, and defensively at the moment, you cannot fault Virtuous.
Yeah, defensively not out 4 here, but that goes to the backboard. Sylvia with a good shot. Lone's going to have to be the first one there, and Mills looking to try to create something. But it's still once again defended here with a double save coming in from Loans. Jax now is going to be able to get a touch to boom that off, but that's only going to go to the side of Sylvia, who's going to get the corner bounce, going to get the double tap. But it's going to only be to Jax here. Sylvia does take the full boost. Loans is going to get the demo here on the second man, looking for the demo on the last 2-on-1 chances, but Emils is going to be able to defend it in time. And now Dexterity have the ball and create something on the other side.
It looked like there might have been an attempted fake in that opportunity, and Mills was absolutely having none of it. A massive missed opportunity there for Prime. They'll be disappointed with that one, but they can't dwell on that for too long, as Lone's got the ball in the air. Doesn't quite get the 50, but Jax is up. Little air dribble attempt, flip reset, gets it over the top of 1. Sylvia to the corner, only lands as far as Cal, but Loans is covering there. Jax to the side. Silas will pick this one up. Takes it round one. Drops it in. No one there this time.
Yeah, no, unsuccessful now, but that goes into the middle. That's very awkward here. But Dexterity able to just get away with it now. Silas with an edgeable pass to try and get in the plan B. But Cal's going to be able to read it in time. It goes over to the corner now in Mills. And that's a booming clear over to the other side. Silvio looking for something. Tries going for the Psycho. But can't get the connection here. As Jax, though, misses the touch. He's going to go to the left side looking for the infield pass. Willows is the only one who can go for the shot. But it's not going to be fruitful there. As Dexterity hold on to this 1-goal lead. They're trying to make it 2 here. Silas with a shot possibility. And Mills is going to take that to the left side. And now it's Nexus Prime. We have a bit of work to do here as they're trying to make some more pressure.
The pressure is mounting, and the pressure has made the Prime team fold as a Mills takes the 50. It's really awkward for Jax, who doesn't cover the front post. And Mills probably quite luckily off the inside of the post there, but they won't care at all. They double their lead.
Yeah, quick plays coming in from Dexterity themselves. And it's 2-0 here. And now Nexus with so much work to do. That's going into the middle. Cal is going to try and get a touch here, but he gets bumped off by Sylvia. And now it's Silas with a touch over to the side. It goes over to the corner. And now Sylvia's going to get a pinch over to the corner. He's looking for the Astro. And now Mills gets the catch. Tries to control this ball once again. Cal's going to pop this up. And now it's going to be Silas here with all the control there. Gets the dunk over to the right side. Can someone create anything? No. Williams is the one who gets the next touch here. And it goes flying by here. And now that's a flick from Cal straight to Cal over to the backboard. And now it's Silas with the work to do here. He's low boost. And now Willows couldn't get the double tap possibility, but Mills is there on the backboard. 1 minute's about to call us. Nexus need a goal.
1 minute ticking down far too quickly if you're on the side of Prime, and it won't come fast enough if you're on the side of Virtuous. 2-0, a little bit comfortable with 1 minute to go, but even then mistakes are still being made. A few double commits here and there. The game isn't done, but the lower this time gets, the less and less likely it is looking as Cal takes a shot. And Mill keeps that 2-0, keeps the clean sheet going, and it will go in from distance from Sylvia, and that might just bury the game.
Yeah, once again, with pace, Dexterity takes down Prime in game number 2. Prime now, it seems like they're going to need to get a reverse sweep because 3 goals in 39 seconds is not looking promising for them odds. And now it's Dexterity with all the control in the world. They trade demos though. That gets past the last man for Dexterity. And that's a goal coming in from Cal. And Prime get 1 goal to cut the lead back down to 2.
They don't care whether it's a kick-off, they don't care whether it's from open play, they care that they get 1, and they have got 1, and 34 seconds, I've definitely seen weirder things. It just takes another kick-off goal, and this game is well within reach within Prime, but they are trying to do a kick-off strategy. Fake the kick-off, 1 to Loans, clear forward by Cal, Silas cuts that out. Just under 30 seconds to go now, and Prime have to find something.
Yeah, Prime need to work something out. Jax is going to try and get something, and that's so awkward for the Dexterity defense. Willows is the one who's going to go for it. They need to send the kitchen sink out of Dexterity right now. That's a shot there, and Mills going to be able to get the clear. Final seconds now. They need a goal in regulation. Jax is going to take it to the backboard. Willows is looking for something on the backboard. Jax popping it into the middle. That's awkward once again, but it's going to be cleared off in time, and the clock strikes 0. And now it's a mathematical impossibility that Dexterity win. Dexterity take game number 2. Nexus have called their timeout, and they're 1 game away from seeing off this series.
See that timeout, and I can't say I'm surprised, to be honest. Virtuous in game 1 and game 2 have been the better team. Prime need to step it up. They started in the upper bracket, obviously. They took that loss to the Chrome side of Yuki. They've fallen in to probably what's classed as a form Dexterity team. As I said, last 2 games they've played, they have gone the distance. They're looking to batter Nexus and do it in 3. And at the moment, I don't really see a lot changing.
Yeah, me neither here. As there's a bit of work coming in from Nexus here. As they're going to take that 2-minute timeout now. They have so much work needed to do here to try to take this series. As it's 2-0 now, they need to get the reverse sweep. Otherwise, their time here in the RSC Master Tier and RSC in general is over, because this is the final day of this entire playoff action here. We've seen so many stories, so many champions being crowned, and it seems that Nexus won't be able to crown themselves champions here in the Master tier. And this long road that we've had over these 3 weeks is about to come to an end very soon here after the end of playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, we've still got time. It looks like Prime have decided to make a substitute as JMS will come in. Will that be the change they need to make? Will that just ruin their momentum, ruin their teamwork? Again, it's so tight to say. Virtuous been absolute dominant on the field. Prime haven't really shown a lot, to be honest. They've had glimpses of excellence, but nothing on this. They're not on the level of Virtuous at all.
Yeah, it does seem so so far in this series, and they have so much work to do here. As now we have 1 minute 30 left in this timeout here. We're gonna go into DFA Stadium after the end of this here, but we can definitely go and see the rest of the bracket right now as things stand here. As obviously there is a 2-0 series lead for the side of Dexterity. Over on the A stream, you do see another lower bracket match here, but then it is the master tier once again. This is the last time that anyone could be crowned champions. And over in that upper bracket finals, which we will see soon, you will see MPB against Yuki and the Louvre Brazil. That will be going to that lower bracket finals. Obviously, the winner of that series will be going on to the top 2 and go into the grand finals with an extra life on their hands because they haven't lost in this playoff bracket. So if any of these 2 teams do make it to the finals, they'll have to beat the winner of that upper bracket final twice, like before, to see themselves go through.
Just to keep you updated on what did happen on the A stream, the Master Team Tempest Death Clouds did in fact sweep. So that series is currently awaiting at the moment. I think they swept Berserkers, 3-0. So as we go in now, we haven't got long, but we don't care about that game. We're back into this game. And here we are for game number 3. And the teams are going to load in. We need to find something different from Prime. We need something, unless it's going to end now, in which, I mean, if I was Virtuous, I'd be very happy with the position I'm in.
Yeah, you're very happy if you're on the side of Virtuous. You're very nervy if you're the side of Nexus. And now it's time to go to work once again. And Sylvia now is going to take control. Gonna get it past one here. Can't get it past Willows. And now Cal's gonna be there early, but misses the touch. That's a bomb. That's an open net now. And that's in. And then Mills will start the scoring once again early for Dexterity. The timeout buff hasn't seemed to work. And now they have full control.
It's a big bump by Sylvia on that back line. Not sure what exactly happens, but that is not the start that you would want if you're Prime. Oh, Virtuous. Virtually... Well, that's 2 early goals in 2 games. The defense of this Prime team needs to be sorted out, needs to be tightened up. The rotations need to be better. They need to help each other.
Yeah, no, improvements need to be worked in the side of Nexus here. As now Sylvia's going to be able to get the demo on Gyms here. And Cal looking for something, looking for the pinch, trying to get that into the middle, but Emil's going to get the clear. And now Silas going to get the air dribble there, going to get this into the middle. Willen's going to be the first one there. And now Sylvia going to get that straight up to the ceiling, going to get this down. And now, once again, Silas going to get that straight up to the ceiling. Jims now is going to get the catch. Going to try to control this, get that up from the ceiling. Gets the flip, gets the air dribble, gets the control, looking for the dunk, but Silas is going to get the save. And Dexterity's defense holds strong here as they're still 1-0 up.
It's a good touch by Cow, and Mills is covering low boost, and Loans will take the shot, and that game is now equal. Cow does really well. That's not read at all by Sylvia. A Mills 0. Boost, Silas can't quite get back. We have a tie game.
Yep. As soon as I said that Dexterity's defense holds strong, they crack. Caster Curse is definitely true here as now. And Mills is going to try and get something here. Gets that into the middle. Sylvia looking for a shot. but Cal's going to get the clear, and now Silas with a bit of defensive juice to do as the third man goes low with the flip reset, and Mills is going to catch it. Willows gets the save, and Cal is going to be able to get the demo on Sylvia. Counter attack now, but that's a demolition coming in for the second man of Nexus. And that's going to be an impossibility. We have a rule 1, but Emils has broken it. And now Nexus here trying to create something here. It goes over to the back ball looking for the double tap. It's not going to be successful. Cal now looking for a shot, but Sylvia gets the save. And it's going to be good defense coming in from Dexterity.
The audacity to break a rule 1 on live stream. You must have not a care in the world. All you must do is want to win. You turn it into a 2v2. You must not back your team. But that's a double redirect from one. JMS will get the second one. Not quite on target. Chased down by Lone. Silas with the air dribble. Cal just diving at that. Doesn't care where that goes as long as it's not on the car of Mills. And Mills tries to get this one on target. Only to the backboard. I mean, it's not the greatest clear by Cal. And Mills with the shot forced out the save.
Yeah, saves being forced out from Nexus here as they need to defend really well and they need to create more chances. But this is not the type of position they want to be in. And now Loans is going to be able to get that pinch. Going over to the other side. A bit of work now needed to do here. Now Silas air dribble. Going to the other side here. Looking for a pinch. Looking to create something. Gets the double tap. And now there's a booming clear over to the backboard. Williams is not going to be able to get the touch. Oh, he can. Beautiful backboard read there. And now it's going into the middle once again. But Nexus are able to hold strong. Cal trying to beat one. Doesn't get the correct touch he needs. That's just going to go high and wide for him. And now Jims is going to go straight up here. Going to the ceiling here. Can't get a pinch. And now it still has his ball. Looking for that bump there. That's going to go straight side to them, past the middle. And no one's going to be able to seize that chance here. And it's still 1-1 with 1 minute 30 left.
Pretty much a replica of game number 1, apart from the fact that we have a goal apiece rather than 0-0. A little bit tidier now from Prime. They've sort of tidied it up. They've tightened it up, and this introduction of JMS and the timeout might have brought a little bit of life to them.
Yeah, life is definitely needed for the side of Nexus, but Dexterity are looking to kill them off here as now Mills off the corner here, looking to go straight up. Looking to try to go for a follow-up to the corner. Over to the backboard, it slams down. And now it's Sylvia with the 50 over to the corner. And now Dexterity looking to increase the pace. And that is Cal now getting the redirect. That's going to be on target, but it's going to be too slow. And now Sylvia is going to try to create something here. He's in the midfield trying to create some chances. That's a bump now. And that's Silas once again to the left side. And now Sylvia is going to try to get that pinch. It's going to go to the middle, but no one's there for the side of Dexterity. And now 30 seconds remain. It's still tied.
We see an overtime. Loans smashes this one to the ceiling. Chased by Cal and Silas. Silas ended up being on 0 boost. And Mills low. Shot will go into the top of the net. Loans takes it by himself. 2-1. And as I just start talking about an overtime, the team of Virtuous Dexterity have 0 boost. Loans will take the freebie. And that's the first sign of a crack coming from this Virtuous team.
One way to get yourselves on the mark here if you're the side of Nexus here, but now you have to defend really well because Dexterity are coming in like hyenas. Sylvia now trying to create something here. It's still up in the air now. 0-second draw needed for Dexterity, but Cal's going to be able to kill off that ball without getting a touch. And Prime are going to take game 3 and force a game back.
That is the start of what they need. That's the start, potentially, what they're hoping will be a reverse sweep. Virtuous needs to settle down. No timeout call, so we won't be long until we're straight back into this. Loans dominant around the field. Almost 500 points on their own, getting 2 saves. 2 saves and 2 shots. Cal again setting both of those up with 2 assists. JMS playing that third man quite nicely. No overcommits this time. No silly business. And we have, well, let's see if we have 1 game left or 2, but I know if you're Prime, you'll be definitely looking for the reverse sweep now.
Yeah, Prime now, they take momentum and they take it going into game number 4. And now we head to the Utopia Coliseum for this game. It's Champions Field, or it's this game. This series is over. We can begin once again here. Prime looking to try to see us to that game 5. Virtue's looking to see us off of this series and to get themselves to go against Tempest, who just won in that sweep. And now we can begin once again with game number 4.
Yeah, that 5-minute timer starts counting down. 5 minutes in the grand scheme of things is not a long time, but it's enough time for either a full series, which is obviously what Dexterity have been used to. They've had the reps in going the distance. If you are on the seat of Prime, they've obviously dropped from that lower bracket. I feel like if this does go to game 5, in terms of the fatigue, it's going to be a lot, considering they've the Virtuous team have already played a series today, and it did go to 5. That'll be 2 series, both of them going the distance. But on the contrary, however, they've already got the reps in. They're used to having the nerves, so it's a very, very tight situation. The Prime team have done okay to start with. No goals in the first sort of 55 seconds, and there won't be after Cal just smashes this across the field. Silas will say thank you very much. Pass to Sylvia. Sylvia tries to get that on target, and Loans does really well, and the counter-attack might have looked on until it ended up going back to Cal.
Goes to Cal here, who gets the reset, but it goes straight into the midfielders now. Jims, the substitute, is now trying to create something here, and now Silas is going to get that clear over to the side, and it's Cal looking for a double tap, but it's going to be Sylvie who gets the read first. And now Jim's going to get that touch now. He doesn't get the second touch there. He gets called off by Loans, and now it's going to go over to the backboard there, trying to go for the middle, but Silas is going to be there in time, trying to create something here, looking for a pinch. It's not going to be effective though, and now with the Dexterity defense is a little bit awkward here, and there's going to be just a little pinch there coming in, and Mills now is going to get that over to the corner. Can they create something else? No. Jim's going to be there. Can he get the reset? He can. It's going to be on target. Silas needs to get the save, which he does, and now defensive duties needed to be done once again for Dexterity.
A little bit of pressure now mounting, and JMS tries to finish it off. Mills is there, but that is going to be awkward as it goes back to Cal. JMS with a great bump on Sylvia. That won't be unchallenged though in the air as Silas gets the touch. It only bounced softly, and Sylvia trying to leave it. I mean, Loans were in the air again. Cal pre-jumping this one early, probably not realising the low boost as the ball bounces in front of the net, and then Mills opens the scoring pretty much on halfway in this game, and that comes from a misread of the booster. Silas, JMS pushing up a little bit too much, and the ball flies into the top shelf.
Yeah, and it's a Mills once again who's getting the goal out of this series, being a very integral part for this team and getting that goal once again. And now it's Nexus. They need a goal, but they need to stop Silas there with the air dribble. But he's going to be able to do so just in time. And now Mills trying to get that into the middle. But Willows is going to be able to get the clear in time. And now Sylvia with the pop-up into the middle. Jim's going to get the touch. Didn't get a reset, so he has to try air dribble this ball through. That goes over to the backboard. That's a shot attempt. That's going to be saved up by Willows in time. And Mills going to try and take that to the corner, but there's a disruption in that play. Now Silas looking for a shot. It's going to go straight to Jims. He's going to try and get more control of this ball. So they're going to go to the side here. The ball's always in the Nexus half right now. But Dexterity the ones with the goal, and Nexus need to get this ball out of their half.
Yeah, the pressure is all on for Virtuous. Not a lot of boost currently. I mean, they both pick up as JMS tries to go alone. Both of the players will be up. Flies across the net, and Mills is up, gets the double touch as it finds its way in, and the Prime guys push him far too high. And then Mills says, thank you very much, I'll have that one, that's a freebie, and now I'll double my lead.
Yeah, unbelievable angle there coming in from a Mills off the counter attack. And that's the doubled up goal difference coming in for Dexterity. Nexus are in a lot of jeopardy here as they need this game here to continue this series, otherwise they're going home. But they can't stop it. Mills right now, who's got another double tap! What an angle there! Straight to the bottom corner, and it's 3-0!
You know it's a good shot when even your opposition are typing nice shot in the chat. I mean, at the moment I'm just quite enjoying the JMS cam. I don't know about you guys, but that's quite an enjoyable watch. although it's not actually JMS. But sorry, Dexterity Virtuous 3-0 up, 1 minute to go, and this game is slowly coming out of the reach of Nexus Prime.
Yeah, and that's 3 now coming in from Dexterity. It's Mills, who's been on absolute fire. That's in the middle, and that's Silas to make it 4. And this looks all but over.
Emil's 100% goal participation, passing this unselfishly, got their hat-trick, gives this one to Silas. 4-0, 1 minute to go. This is looking well, if there's a comeback and it comes from this game, I would be highly surprised, but it's coming more and more out of reach as these seconds tick by.
Yeah, seconds ticking down here for this Dexterity team. And now Cal to the backboard. It's going to go to a Mills. He's going to slam that over to the top shelf. And that's not going to be created now. Willows with a bit of voice to do, gets the air dribble. He's going to try to carry this. Cal with a shot. And that's 1 goal down. They need 3 and 34. It's not looking probable, but it's definitely doable.
34 seconds, 3 goals. I've seen stranger things. What is going on stream right now? You guys can have some enjoyment watching this. I don't know if that's more exciting than the game or not, but JMS 2 seconds after the kickoff puts the game within 2. And this 4-goal lead is slowly coming back.
Yeah, 4 lead has now been halved. 30 seconds left here. They need 2 goals, Nexus Prime. And Dexterity need to just hold on until the 0-second goal tick timer is over. And now it's Sylvia gonna take that corner boost. Doesn't decide to do anything with the ball. Willows now with the control, trying to get the flick. JMS and Silas gonna get the 50. That's just gonna kill off so much time. And now it's to the middle once again. Sylvia looking for the Zen touch. Can't get full control of the ball. And now it's gonna get boomed over to a Mills, looking for another double tap. But it's not going to go through, but it doesn't matter. The seconds tick down. The sand is emptying. And that's going to be the series. Dexterity take it in 4 in the Utolia Coliseum. And send Nexus's run to the history books as it's over.
This Dexterity team cannot be stopped in this lower bracket. Their run has been incredible. They've gone they've gone game 7, they've gone game 5, they've now taken it in game 4, and now they've given themselves an opportunity. I think they're into the top 4. This run is unrivaled, and what a run it is. And Mills taking the MVP for that game, and no doubt will be the reason why Dexterity will continue to climb.
Yeah, certainly so here. There's now 10 goals to 6 in this series here. And it's over here. And we can see the MVP for this series. It's going to be a Mills here. 16 shots with 6 goals, 2 assists, 1,700 points here, 4 saves and 3 demos. Wonderful stats from the MVP. And a Mills, definitely somebody that you need to watch out for in the rest of this series here. She was so unbelievable, especially in that game 4.
I'm really not surprised that Mills got MVP. By far the best player in that series. It looks for a moment like they might have been able to form a comeback. Dexterity said absolutely not. I'll take that win. I'll grab it and I will go. But give them a little opportunity. Make them think they've got a chance and snatch it away. Very professionally done. And this lower bracket run will continue as Dexterity in the they find out who they play. They don't know who they're playing yet, do they?
It's Tempest.
Oh, it is Death Cloud. They will play the Death Cloud team, and Death Cloud coming off of a 3-0 against another team, which came again from the upper bracket, who lost to this Nexus team. So should be interesting. Don't really think it's going to be easy for either of these teams. Both of them coming off of reasonably convincing wins in the end of it. And if you want to see the results, stay tuned.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back as we do not wait around, as we go back as Dexterity Virtuous play Death Cloud's Tempest in this lower bracket. We are still in a best of 5, so whichever team loses 3 games first will obviously be eliminated. This time I'm joined by Tazik. Tazik, how you doing?
I am doing good, and apologies if my mic doesn't sound as good as it was before. It has gone a little bit messed up, but hey, it doesn't matter. We will be having our lower, no, not our lower finals, our lower semis, and we're hoping that it's going to be a very, very good one. I'm looking forward to it. Both sides on a lower bracket run, and hopefully they can find their way back.
Both sides surprisingly far. Well, I say surprisingly far. You expect this Death Cloud with the quality they've got to be this far in. But this Dexterity team, what a run they're making in this lower bracket. They are taking everyone and taking them to the cleaners. They do not care who's in front of them. They'll play anyone. They don't care. And we are here in this spectator. They've obviously got to top 4, I think. Yep. Maybe? Yep, they are. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. They are obviously now top 4 in this bracket as they look to keep climbing every single game now, as important as the last. Trying to climb, and we won't be here for too long. Obviously, your prediction has gone with Tempest. My prediction has gone with Tempest, but I would honestly not be surprised if this Dexterity takes it based on the way they played in that last match.
Yeah, both they look incredible, to be fair. It's both the sides, if I remember correctly, have a sub Silas coming up from Elite, so we'll have to see whether or not he can do what is needed, and we shall get everything underway extremely quickly. Hoping to get this in underway, and both sides joining up. Game 1 underway in this best of 5.
You would think Virtuous have coming straight off of that last game, that last series that we just spectated, where they did beat Nexus Prime in 4. They would probably be the fresher of the two, unless Tempest has been doing what they need to. We know the quality that both Alf and Tweaks have got. Rilo, I'm not too sure about. But either way, both of these teams will be looking to start this series quickly, get that first win on the board, try and set themselves up as Silas will hit that one to the corner, gets the double off the backboard, and Mills again to the backboard, followed up by Sylvia, not this time. Half a minute gone, no early goals, no early mistakes. Both of the teams trying to feel each other out, trying to work out how the other team plays. As Silas hits into the ceiling. No shot by Sylvia. Emil's opting to go corner. Emil's obviously MVP in that last series. One to look out for, and Emil's will open up the scoring in less than a minute. And they will continue their quality performance here on Masters RSC Sunday.
Yeah, and it's a good start to see for Dexterity. They're hoping to move forward and get this push going. Rilo being the sub up from Elite as well from Deathbite, I just remembered. And it's good to see kind of, we have an Elite sub up show off basically, I guess you could say. But we'll have to see which one comes out the better as Rilo trying to push that midfield and Tweaks not able to start too much of a counter this time. And Mills finding Silas on the other side. Nobody home, and Silas looking the better of the Elite subs.
Yeah, I didn't realise that they're both using sub games or sub ups, sorry. That makes this even more impressive as Silas puts the ball in the back of the net and Mills continuing their unbelievable goal participation record. And they have doubled their lead in not even a minute and a half. And this is a really, really aggressive, fast starting Dexterity team who at the moment, I mean, I don't know what the record's been, but this lower bracket from, I think, pretty much every single tier has gone the distance in regards to finding its way into a reverse sweep. One way or, not a reverse sweep, sorry, a bracket reset. One way or another, like almost as if it's scripted. I promise you it's not.
Yeah, we've gone 5 for 5 so far, and out of those 5 bracket resets, 4 teams from the lower bracket have ended up winning the entire tier, so we'll have to see. It was Brave, it was Deathcloud, it was Chrome, and if I remember correctly, Serene? I'm not 100% sure on that one actually. But either way, Mills sending this to a 3-0 game for Virtus in game 1. They are looking incredible so far. The pass from Sylvia, she's done so well there to find a Mills in the middle of the field, and Deathcloud do not look too bright right now.
What a sharp start from Dexterity as they look to continue. It's to the backboard. Sylvia probably could have got that one on target, and it might have been 4. The lead is 3. It's a demo. Trying to be a little bit more aggressive in the midfield was Rilo. But Dexterity trying to do what they do best. 50 goes towards the corner. Silas to the ceiling. Tries to drop it for a Mills, who takes the 50. Will continue to go. And Mills finding themselves all over the place at the moment. It's awkward for Rilo. Not probably the touch of Mill would have wanted, but Dexterity trying to settle into this game, and that nerves might be settled after 3 goals. You think they didn't have a lot of time to create any nerves, to be fair. They had just as much time as I did between games, which was probably about 3 minutes, if I'm being really honest. We did not have a lot of time, so Dexterity won't care at all. That's a little bit 3-minute breather. Go do what you need to do. Come back in and go perform like you have done in the previous game, and that's exactly what they're doing, and they don't need to do anything more.
Yeah, Sylvia taking control. She's trying to get past Rilo, but he's on to it immediately. Alf finding tweaks in the midfield. Goes for the reset. Gets cut out by Sylvia immediately. Rilo had gone up as well. Finds Rilo in the midfield this time, but Silas blocking out his elite opponent as Deathcloud hoping to find some sort of answer in this game. 1 tweaks off the ceiling. Silas is already there, able to stop Alf this time, as it's stuck in Dexterity's corner, but we know how much they can escape. Sylvia trying to go alone, leaves it down for a Mills, but somehow gets an extra touch and gets credit for the 4th for Dexterity.
What a 50, or I don't even know, because there was 4 people involved in that. As the ball goes flying towards the net, we go to 4. And that lead suddenly looks insurmountable. Mills currently with 100% goal participation again in this game, and been an amazing addition or amazing player for this Virtuous team.
Yeah, definitely so, as Deathcloud Tempest just don't look comfortable right now. Dexterity looks so much better, and oh my god, Silas, you'd so elite, but oh my word, takes it high, gets the reset, and musties it straight into the back for 5-0. 37 seconds remain. Game 1 surely going to Dexterity.
Silas just showing off at this point, as all the time in the world. Game 1 looks absolutely dominant, and I don't know what's happened to this Deathcloud roster. They looked so strong in the last one with the sweep, and they can't seem to do anything against this team. Combined total of 5 shots at the moment. All have been saved. Silas been on the defense with 3. But it's a potential another one. Only 1 save on the side of Tempest. So I can tell you their defense needs to be tightened up 100%, because right now they are being overrun, and doesn't matter what happens now, Virtuous will win game number 1. And 5-0 is an absolute dominant affair.
Yeah, and it doesn't help as well that it was 10 shots to 6, so Dexterity Virtus really putting out the mark there. Silas with the MVP, the elite player for both sides, I believe, actually getting the highest score. Sorry, no, Tweaks did get a few more than Rilo this game, but either way, both sides trying to make a mark. So Tempest down this time. We'll have to see, can they fight their way back after that domination of a first game from Dexterity?
Well, they definitely need to find something, as well, we don't wait too long, and the teams don't get too much of a break once again, as we fly straight into it. No timeout used by Deathcloud, And the timer starts again, and we can see if this virtuous absolute demolishing of Deathcloud will continue.
Yep, and we shall see indeed. Sylvia onto that 50 immediately. Tweaks gets one. Mills to the side. Silas is there waiting. Alf has to go up quickly, has to avoid the bumps as well. Tweaks getting one, and Mills with the touch to the side. Silas taking control once more. I've noticed that Mills and Silas, the combination has worked out so well. Alf able to cut out the pass there. And Sylvia racing back, leaves it for Mills. It goes up high off the bar, and Mills with the double! And Dexterity find themselves ahead again.
That's exactly what we thought might have been the case. The ball smacks the backboard, and Mills just drains all of their boost chasing that one, but they don't need to worry about anything else. The net's practically open. And the Mills masterclass in this lower bracket run will continue.
Yep, Dexterity currently have 6 unanswered goals over the last 2 games to Deathcloud. And they need to figure something out quickly. Rilo trying to get that one out. Silas takes control, but will be able to get past Rilo on that 50. He is still up. Tries to lay it off into the midfield. Tweaks is there, and they find their first goal of this series. A game and a minute in. Deathcloud looking like they finally found some sort of life.
Yeah, it's a great pass from Rilo. Tweaks smashing that in the corner, making sure no one from the Virtuous team could get anywhere near it. They've leveled up the game. They might have had a little chat in the 30 seconds, 1 minute that they had between the games, and this game's much less one-sided, that's for sure.
At least for now. We are only a minute and 20 in. You can see Rilo trying to take this downfield alone, and Mills is able to cut it out. Alf is there waiting, but Sylvia, a great stop to make sure her side don't go down. Silas takes one off that side wall. Sylvia was there waiting, plays to 50 well, able to get that around Tweaks, but not past Alf this time. Silas being a bit awkward with his teammate, trying to find the pass midfield, but the demo on Sylvia won't help out Dexterity this time. Tweaks is up, and Mills able to cut it out before Rilo can get a chance. And Alf, the last line of defense on that Deathcloud side, able to keep them alive for now.
The game is still tied halfway through. Silas will try and stop that one. Alf just throws everything that he's got at that demo in the midfield on Alf as Sylvia takes it around. Rilo is again demoed. The fireworks are flying. And all of the Tempest players are dying as there's more demos on the Tempest players, and the aggression from Dexterity is coming out to play.
Yeah, and Tempest need to find something quickly as Virtuous just looking like they're able to find an answer to everything that Deathcloud tried to put out against them. As Silas, finding one touch, does well to keep it under control, gets the pass down to Mills! And Mills able to take the lead once more for Dexterity.
And that one all comes from Silas. You can't blame Rilo for jumping on Silas, but you can't predict that little touchdown to a Mills. And Mills slots it underneath, does exactly what they need to do. Once again, we keep saying this, you keep finding us say this Virtuous team do take the lead.
They have not stopped since that game one, but Tweaks with a quick response. Deathcloud able to find their way back. Rilo with a great touch over the defensive Dexterity. And Tempest find themselves back in this game.
Yeah, that goal comes thick and fast. They much needed that one. I mean, they weren't given a lot of time to relax at 2-1, which almost immediately straight back to 2-all. 2 minutes to go. It's a shootout from here as Rilo passes it to Alf. Alf tries to waterfall that one off the corner, and Mills just smashing it out. Rilo pops it high for Alf. Alf tries to go himself, looks to get the double. No one known this time. Tweaks off the backboard, and Mills smashing that one high. Silas will chase. Flip reset. Uses the reset, gets the pop, and it's a great save by Rilo.
Yeah, the elite opponents trying to snuff each other out and try and make them have mistakes. Silas going alone, finds a great He's not able to get that save. And Silas puts Dexterity up once more.
It's a great air dribble bump. Rilo was so awkward. It looked like Twigs, who tried to get the second save, gets a touch, can't keep it out. 3-2 now. The lead once again going to Dexterity. And so far, the offense from both teams in this game has been a hell of a lot better than the defense. As Silas takes it round one. It's a big clear out, and Alf has to be the one to clear up.
Yep, and they are looking to get back. Deathcloud trying to figure something out. The minute bang coming through. You can hear the buzzer off, and Rilo trying to get some sort of last chance of Alf finding one, trying to push it over Mills. Not able to. The 50 comes out better for Dexterity, but Sylvia stopping Rilo's attempt to get that forward. As does get cleared away from Silas. It's downfield now. The 50 working out better for Deathcloud. The shot's on Sylvia. A great save. And Mills able to make the 50. And Sylvia getting right back onto it. She's following it up. Trying to get Dexterity on the front foot once more. As Mills having to take it from the back wall. Will take it high. Lets it drop. Finds the 50. Sylvia up quickly. Keeping it high, trying to stay out of Rilo's touch, does well. Alpha awkward, able to just about get that going. 10 seconds ticking down. Deathcloud on the verge of being on having to do a reverse sweep. The shot comes through, it stays low, and the ball drops. Burgess on match point.
Did everything they needed to do when they scored that first goal. They tightened up, they just started smashing the ball down, giving Tempest no space. Tempest quite rightly do take their time out, which I'm honestly not surprised about whatsoever. And they got two minutes, just over 2 minutes or however long it is, to take their breather, have a discussion, and Tempest needs to change something, and they need to change it quickly.
Yeah, they do indeed. They need to figure out how to shut down the players of Dexterity quickly, because Deathcloud aren't looking like themselves currently. They aren't looking like the team that just swept one of the upper bracket contenders, and it seems as though Dexterity have their number so far. They are blowing our predictions out of the water, to say the least anyway. Me at a 3-1, you at a 3-2, and Deathcloud just aren't showing up.
Hey, my prediction can still come true if there's a reverse sweep. I don't want to hear it. But no, I do agree. They're not only blowing our predictions out the water, they're just blowing Tempest out the water in general. Every single one of Virtuous's touches, their speed, they're always better and quicker than Tempest. You saw it, Mills there, just coming shy of 700 points, 5 saves to their name, and absolute dominant affair from Mills once again in that game. Trying to do everything, but to be honest, you don't really blame them because it's working.
Yeah, no, you really don't. The elite sub up from Silas is working out a lot better than the one for Deathcloud and Rilo. Silas getting MVP in that first match, getting the winning goal in that second match, clearly showing up when his side needed it most, and Dexterity have about 1:10 remaining to figure out how to get past this Dexterity side. What do you think they kind of need to change?
I feel like they need to get that rotation clean around the back. The defense is coming slightly too slow. You saw even on 2 or 3 of those occasions they did get a touch on the save, but they couldn't quite get the final one. I feel like their shooting needs to be harder. They need to pressure a little bit more, even if they take shots just to drain the Dexterity boost. I feel like they just need to, in terms of how they're playing, it's probably working. They just need to speed it up, play a little bit more confident, have a little bit more belief in themselves. But it's so hard to have some belief in yourselves after you've just basically been ripped off the floor for 2 games in a row. I mean, that game was a little bit closer being 3-2, but even then I didn't really see Tempest coming in once. Like, they didn't look like to me that they were gonna be in the shooting opportunity, the position to pull the trigger. But Tempest have had their breather. Their heart rates will drop and they will get ready in. Well, they will get ready to go now as the teams are loading into the game. We're straight back in it. That timeout probably was not long enough for DeathCloud, but they won't care. They only get a certain amount of time, and they've had it all now as Mills is on the sidewall, tries to continue their dominance.
Yeah, and you can see there that second touch wasn't what Mills would have wanted, but Sylvia up quickly for that 50, and Mills being there, Silas not gonna dive on it just yet, as that does eventually get cleared away. Rhino is there! My God! Put DeathCloud in front.
Yeah, your mic cut out a little bit there, but what a pass that was. Rilo with the touch. Don't really think anyone saw that coming. 19 seconds. DeathCloud get their first win. Their first lead, sorry. And what a goal after their timeout. Trying to play on that timeout buff.
Yeah, and they are doing it correctly. The redirect coming through is insane. The bump on the back line, but Sylvia able to come to Virtus's rescue this time as Silas, the 50 goes high. Rilo getting to it first. Alf having no burst means he has to waste time. Sylvia being last person back means Mills gets the touch off the 50. Tweaks just about able to drag that further behind the net as DeathCloud hoping to hold on to this lead. 4 minutes left on the clock. Dexterity hoping to find this back and close the series out here now. Gets around Tweaks, and Mills just needs to find the shot, instead pinches it long. Not what they would have wanted, and DeathCloud survive for now.
Stay for now, but this pressure from Virtuous is on. A bit of a miss there, leaving that for Sylvia. Sylvia will challenge Alf in the air. Alf just faster, no boost, no. And Mills with a touch. Rilo probably can get another one, gets a reset, tries to get the pop, just goes slightly wide. And Mills now just getting rid of this, no boost themselves, playing on those pads. Sylvia with the shot from distance, forces Alf to be really awkward on the goal line, gets the save, and Rilo clears up. And that's a massive opportunity. Silas takes another shot, Tweaks with the save this time. And now how can DeathCloud deal with the pressure?
Yeah, in Mills sending that one high. Rilo having to just get it cleared away. It's up to Alf. Sylvia first to it. Silas able to meet it at the side wall. Uses the flip to Musty, but it falls straight to Alf, who takes it high. Will try play the 50 with Sylvia. Does well, but Silas is going to be first towards it. Off the ceiling. Not able to get past Rilo. So, DeathCloud needing to hold on. Half the game left. Dexterity not able to find themselves an equalizer just yet, but there's still a lot of time left on the clock, and we all know how clinical this dexterity side have been, as that's off the shot. Sylvia proving exactly why she's on this squad.
Rilo beat for speed. Tweaks absolutely stranded on that goal line. Sylvia says thank you very much, I'll have that. I mean, you look at the shots. Virtuous have had all the pressure, 5 shots. Tempest with only the one. Obviously they took advantage of that one, but with only, well, with very little pressure, it's not going to do a lot. It's a little bit of a mistake between the Dexterity team. They won't mind that. As a bump on the midfield, Tweaks has to be the one to clear up. Silas tries to challenge high. Turns out Tweaks just dropping that low. Rilo up to the sidewall. Chased item by Alf. Alf takes to the sky. Cut out by Sylvia. And we still have a tie game. Just under 2 minutes to go now. Both teams probably a little bit shaky. I mean, both for different reasons as well.
Yeah, DeathCloud needing to find their way home. Their tournament lives on the line. Alf taking one touch. Silas will get the catch. Tried to play the 50. Plays it slow instead. Leaves it for a Mills, who will start the counter-attacking opportunity. Rilo doesn't get that ball too far, as it does get pushed out eventually by Alf. Sylvia taking it from her back line. Trying to go alone, has to play it under Tweaks with that no boost remaining. Rilo, not the touch he probably would have wanted. It drops down for Tweaks. So Mills taking it from the side, having no boost, decides to push it off of the ceiling, trying to find Sylvia in the midfield. That one's high. Silas not able to make a touch. It's awkward. And Rilo on his head is able to push Deathcloud back in the lead.
Talk about the shots to goals ratio. Rilo, 2 shots, 2 goals. Tempest, 2 shots, 2 goals. They don't care about the stats. They don't care about the percentages. They just care about putting the ball in the back of the net. They've done that twice, and now, for the first time, I feel like it might be a little bit shaky now from Dexterity Virtuous. As the ball goes into the midfield, clear to the side, will chase down, but it will be a shot from Sylvia, and Sylvia now gets their second goal of the game. And maybe the lead wasn't short, or was short-lived. But 30 seconds to go now. We have a tie game, and wow, it's gonna be tight. Dexterity looking to finish off Deathcloud. Deathcloud looking to start back up. And Mills, that's not the person you want to see in the sky if you're on the team of Deathcloud.
Yeah, and as you said, Mills back up with a tank, gets the reset, able to try find a way over one, but Alf cuts it out quickly. With a 10-second timer clicking down, Rilo finds one, it's off the back wall, nobody's there for the shot. Alf gets beat out by Silas, but now a last second opportunity chance for Tweaks, but Emil is able to cut it out. Rilo's still there, Deathcloud still alive yet, as this one will eventually drop. We have overtime in game 3. A golden goal for Dexterity, goal to keep your life alive for Deathcloud. We'll see who can find their way forward first.
The game is not over. The game is just beginning for both of these teams. That counter now, they don't have to care about that. They got to work as a team. The time is with both of them, but maybe more so for Dexterity, as they currently have a 2-game buffer. Never mind having the momentum. Obviously, the timeout seems to have worked for Deathcloud. They've sharpened it up, they've tightened it up, they've done everything they need to. But who will crack under pressure more as the ball goes rolling around the pitch? It will be Rilo, who's on low boost, trying to take it around. Silas does, but Sylvia's with the clear. Alf jumps on low boost, beat by Sylvia. Tweaks in the corner. Big boom forward, jump by Silas and then Mills. Double commit there, and these teams are beatable as Rilo gets the hat-trick, secures the game, and Tempest finally get one on the board.
Emil's double committing on that play, cutting the rotation, lets Tempest into the series, and this could be the start of the end for Virtus. We will find out soon, as we're hoping to get underway into game 4. Virtus again trying to find a way forward. Right over there with 800 points, might I add. 3 goals, 3 saves, that carry for Tempest, pushing forward for the Deathcloud side, making sure that they can keep in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be too sure when we talk about a comeback. I mean, Virtuous are used to going 2 up, take that game loss. Currently waiting on Sylvia to ready up as we load in. But as I was saying, Virtuous used to dropping that game 3, hasn't affected them in the last one. Praying that it doesn't affect them in this one. And we are loading into the next one as we go to Utopia Coliseum. This is exactly where Dexterity closed it out in the last series, just before this one. They're looking to do the double, looking to go back to back, climb their way into the top 3, claw it, if you might say. But Rilo won't take any shine away from his performance in that last game. I think he stepped up exactly the way he needed to, and for a sub, what a performance for a sub up.
Yeah, incredibly well done from Rilo, as that gets saved away from Sylvia. It's pinched downfield. Rilo able to make that touch to the corner. Alf gets it out. Sylvia is there, but probably sets up Alf even better than he was, and no save from Silas means Deathcloud find the lead early on.
Alf says, thank you very much, I'll take that. And Mills not enough boost. Silas covering half the goal. Alf getting the lead for Deathcloud. Nice and early, 30 seconds on, and it might be another opportunity, but the shot rolls towards Sylvia, and probably won't have an easier save than that for the rest of the day.
Probably not, as Mills trying to find Sylvia on the other side does well. The second touch comes through. Rilo able to make the catch though, so Silas finding one. Alf on the side, able to flick it over. Mills, Sylvia's there waiting. Gets over one, but Tweaks gets it away as it's pushed back center. And Mills, the open net is available, but no one able to follow up on dexterity. Means Deathcloud can get away with a lifeline.
They'll sigh a breathe of relief on that one, but they can't be sighing for too long as the ball's still in their half, and Rilo jumps at Silas, and Mills is zero. Boost does well to get the save. Alf again puts it in the left-hand side of the net. Thank you very much. Rilo, probably a little bit unfortunate to not get an assist from that one, but Deathcloud as a whole take the lead 2-0, so they will not care.
No, they won't. Deathcloud hoping to make a reverse sweep happen as Mills meeting Tweaks in the air for that 50. Sylvia up quickly, finds one touch, trying to get the 50 with Alf, does well, and Mills is there, but it gives it just to Tweaks, who's onto the prowl again, finds a demo, trying to find a bump then on Sylvia. Rilo not able to get past Sylvia this time, as Alf, the net is open once more, the 50 into the left-hand side, and Alf sends it to 3-0, getting a hat-trick for himself.
Once again, it's probably not the hardest goal Alf ever scored in his Rocket League career. Just a little double right in front of the goal. Had to score it in the end. Sylvia was on that goal line, and maybe this reverse sweep now might be started to be whispered. They might be having a conversation. Dexterity Virtuous still would not count them out of this regardless. 3 minutes is a very long time in Rocket League standards.
It is indeed, and Dexterity need to find something quickly, otherwise it could get dangerous. As Silas off to the sidewall, able to get past one. Tweaks was there waiting, but Mills is too. Tries to get the 50 with Alf, but not able to turn it too far, so Rilo gets it cleared away. The double commit coming through, and we've just heard on the other side of the bracket, Chrome sweeping MPB snap Yuki off to the grand finals, I believe, and we shall see how that one goes in a bit. We have this and the lower final left to go as Mills trying to get around Tweaks, not able to this time. Sylvia gets ends up backflipping, so no touch able to come through. Silas, one touch, ends up messing up Mills, so Sylvia having to bail out her team as she gets the catch as well here. Tweaks a bit awkward, and Mills able to find a shot. Rilo bumped, but still able to make the save in time. Silas onto the sidewall, finds one extra touch, but nobody on Dexterity able to commit. So for now, we will see Dexterity is still suffering from that 3-0 deficit.
Yeah, that 3-0, it hasn't been extended, but it also hasn't been shortened. 3 goals is not an easy task, especially when you feel like Deathcloud have been probably the better of the two teams coming into this game. Sorry, not coming into this. Well, to be fair, they probably were after their win in the last game, and then off the back of this timeout, all you got to do is give props to Deathcloud. They've done exactly what they needed to do with the timeout. They've settled probably their nerves by this point, and if I was Dexterity, I would start to get a little bit shaky.
Yeah, and you can tell they already are. Silas was hoping to bang that one downfield. Tweaks beats out Sylvia Mills, last man back, will have to try, finds the touch, able to get that off to the post. Silas gets it cleared away, 30 seconds left on the clock. Dexterity need a miracle, a goal every 10 seconds, even less so now, as Silas trying to pop that one high. Rilo first to it, able to find a great 50. Gets demoed though, so Mills not able to. 15 seconds remain, 5 goals every second. Sorry, a goal every 5 seconds, as Mills not able to find the target this time. And with that clock counting down, you think both sides on the verge of match point.
As I have said before, Dexterity have been in the position like this. They've played 4 series in this lower bracket, and to be honest, I'm not surprised to see timeout called by Virtuous. They've played 4 series in this lower bracket. They've played 1 game off of playing the maximum number of games they can across the entire thing. They've gone to game 7 in their best of 7, and out of their 3 best of 5s, they've gone to 5, 4, and now 5, and fatigue as they go into their 14th game of the day from Virtuous, and I would not want to be them.
Yeah, no, neither would I. They need to figure something out quickly, as otherwise Dexterity could indeed be going home instead. Deathcloud looking good, hoping to push forward, and we shall see if Virtus can push back. They need to do it quickly as well.
Virtus taking their time out, can it produce the same outcome as Tempest? Tempest obviously 2 games in a row off the bounce back, especially the last one, pure dominance. Tempest with the momentum. Hopefully Virtus will be thinking that the timeout will be disrupting that, give them a little bit of time to breathe.
Yeah, and need to see whether or not they can figure things out quickly. They have another minute 40 left. Virtus needing to kind of pick themselves back up. They did well at the start of the series to get 2-0 up, but since then it has been all Deathcloud. They find themselves back at 2-2. The last game that remains, it becomes a best of 1, and your life being on the line makes things so much more difficult.
It is now a 1-game shootout. The winner of this game will advance to the final 3, and if I'm being really honest, neither of these teams deserve to get eliminated. 1 more minute left of this timeout, but you've got to give props to both of them. They've both had an excellent lower bracket run, both of them obviously running with a sub up, and you've just got to applaud both performances. Making top 4, incredible feat.
Yeah, and it seems as though this timeout nearly over, another 40 seconds, and then we will be going right back into Champions Field for Game 5. One of the most iconic maps in Rocket League, if not the most iconic map, with some of the greatest moments known to man in the Rocket League history. And we're hoping to see some big moments once again in this playoff lower semi-final between Virtus and Tempest. And hopefully we'll see who can pull it ahead. And as we get underway, all the players in the lobby, Game 5, the last chance at making it further is a go.
Tempest coming off the back of 2 in a row. A timeout for Dexterity. Which way will this go? We got 5 minutes and we'll find out as Emil takes the 50 with Rilo. Tweaks will be up on 0. Just playing time as Rilo bumps out Tweaks. Bit of a fake there by Silas as he takes it round 1. Looks to get the pass mid off the backboard. Tweaks is still low as it will be Emil's, the MVP of the finals series. Who else but to open the scoring?
Yeah, and that is exactly how Dexterity needed to start things off, especially after that timeout. Maybe this time we see them with the timeout buff as the kickoff going in their favor, double commit having to be done to get that ball away from the Death Cloud half, as Silas not able to get over Alf this time. So Mills gets that cleared away. Tweaks having to rush back, able to get there just in time, but Mills not letting the pressure slip. Sylvia there to Silas, but the save from Tweaks keeps Death Cloud alive for now. Rilo with no boost will have to just drop it down. Rilo staying with it though, letting Alf stay back, and we see Silas immediately trying to start the counter-attacking pressure.
Silas will try and start the counter-attacking pressure, but Tweaks takes the ball and basically just dribbles it from one side to the other around the Mills. Bit of a commit, and he's got the entire space and the entire goal to aim at. Probably easier to score from that position than it would have been to miss. The game is tied, and they will absolutely take that as the kickoff goes flying towards Alf and forces something early. It's now a challenge off the ceiling. It's going to be awkward as it bounces out, and Mills opting not to go. Probably intelligently as Rilo jumps for this. Zero hop high by Silas, and Rilo will chase down Silas as Sylvia looks to try and do something with this, but doesn't get it as far as Tweaks. Gets the reset, looks to get a second touch, can't get the bump on Silas. Infield, Sylvia clears it out and forces something out of Rilo, relieves that pressure. Tweaks, no contact off the backboard as Silas possibly could have got that one on target and possibly a missed opportunity.
Yeah, and Dexterity looking forward, looking to meet MPB in the lower final. But for now, they need to focus on Deathcloud, who are looking to put them to bed. Rilo keeping this one in Dexterity's half, making Virtus commit under pressure. Alf finding one touch, a great 50, and Mills is there, but it doesn't matter. Alf able to give Tempest the lead.
The lead. They'll happily take that one, finds its way into the left-hand side, and oh, it's a nice little shot. Dunks one, takes it round, and Mills who's backflipping anyway, and 2-1, little bit comfortable. But I think Dexterity might have tried to play a little bit too safe on that one. The pressure got mounted, and you say that my earlier when it was 2-0, you said my prediction wasn't going to come true. I said 3-2 Tempest.
Indeed. Yeah, I thought Dexterity were blowing us out of the water. The shot there from Silas gets saved by Rilo, but Mills trying to keep the pressure alive. Silas having a lot of time remaining, goes off the sidewall, not the touch he would have wanted originally, so Sylvia has to take over, finds it into the corner, it gets cleared away by Tweaks. Deathcloud looking to do what is extremely difficult to do. The reverse sweep is in their hands right now. Sylvia trying to stay back, take her time, does well for the 50, but the touch from Tweaks keeps it in the Dexterity half, and Mills pushing forward, trying to get that cleared away. Rilo saying no in the midfield. The whiff coming through from Rilo means Sylvia having to back off, and Mills will have the time to just take the 50. Silas is there with it as well, trying to find a second touch. Does well. Off up quickly, but so is Silas back from that sidewall. Tweaks gets to that one first, and with just over a minute remain, Dexterity on the verge of elimination.
1 minute to go. Tempest trying to muster a storm and the celebrations to make top 3. They're digging in deep. The hearts will be racing as they look to go up by 2. Tweaks could have possibly put that one in. Sylvia tries to take it to the sidewall, takes the 50. Pop from Silas towards Sylvia. Sylvia looking to get a bump. Rilo with the pop clear forward. And Mills is up. Alf to the backboard looking for the double. Cleared out by Silas.
Yeah, and it looks like with 20 seconds remaining, Dexterity under so much pressure. Alf keeping this ball in the Virtus half. The demo on the attack will help give some space to Dexterity. Sylvia faking the top flick, but 10 seconds, 6 counting down. Silas not able to get this out of their own half. Death Cloud Esports look to go on to the lower finals as the ball drops and Tempest send Virtus home.
Tempest complete the reverse sweep. Dexterity, first 2 games, looked like the better team, but in the end, they could not weather the storm, and the Tempest team do probably what no one expected them to do. I mean, I predicted 3-2, but I did not predict it to go like that, as they finally make it into top 3, and it looks like they will be playing against Bean after, I think Bean got swept by Chrome, Yuki, and I believe that will be up on the mainstream. If you guys want to move over there, we do have the rest of the games being streamed over there now. But what a game that was.
Yeah, what a game indeed. As you can see from the stats there, even though Dexterity having more goals eventually, in the end it doesn't matter as Tempest take the win forward and will have the chance to get to that grand finals. Rilo, the elite sub up, getting series MVP for Deathcloud. 7 saves, 7 demos, 3 goals, 1700 points. And a very well played series from him and the rest of Deathcloud. But just before we go, we want to say thank you to all of our sponsors, Badass, SpartanWare, trophi.ai, and don't forget to use rsc-eu in the Epic Games Store. Move over to the mainstream. The rest of the games are going to be there, and they are going to be good ones. We hope you have a good night. Thank you for watching.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.